I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Call of the Wild Wednesday? Welcome to stream number 2 of Call of the Wild Wednesday. You are watching Mechanic TTV. Thank you guys so much for joining me now and or later, guys. We are here still on Cuatro, killing some road deer. You know, the usual as of now. Moving forward, that's going to be the usual for a fat minute. So feel free to hang out, see if we get some good ones, and, you know, give me some tips if you guys have any input or anything like that. Sometimes I put things into practice, sometimes I don't. But, hey, I always like hearing from people what they say works for them so I can just have more perspective either way. Thank y'all once again for being here. Let's get started. Let's get right into it, guys. We have been letting some things cool down just a little bit, but we've been failing to use the tripods like I should be. Like I really should be. So we're kind of, instead of doing your typical like shoot 3 exterior lakes and then go back here and shoot the main pond a little bit, main lake, we've been kind of thinking about changing things up a little bit. You know, I've been scouring the internet in between my streams, learning what I can about herd management. What is up, Naya? How you doing? How is Naya doing? Glitchy let's go and glitchy confetti. Naya is here. How is Naya doing? Welcome. There it is, a little bit smoother second time around, third time around. Here we go. How is Naya tonight? I'm doing good. I'm a little short of breath. I'm having my breath. I have a few different medical things going on. One of them's real shortness of breath, and I mean bad. But so if you hear me huff and puff, sometimes that is why. I try to cover it up a lot. Sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I just got to breathe. Feels like I'm underwater. Got to come up. Other than that, I'm doing freaking fantastic. So let's get to it, guys. We have been learning from every channel I can find online, learning about iBot. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We traveled the country to Ohio for an experimental procedure. June 28th is the day we flew out. And then so far, but they said for that type of stuff, it could take months for it to work, or we could have to have multiple procedures done for it to work. But hey, we're hoping within the next few months, we'll start to see an improvement. All right, guys, so right now, name of the game is we are going to be making some stops over here. I'm hoping that none of them really hop. I'm hoping that none of them really hop. I have been scouring the internet. Thank you, Naya. Thank you. Me too. I have been scouring the internet, and I've come to a conclusion that many people may not like to hear, but nobody has the same goddamn opinion about herd management. Nobody does. Nobody has the same goddamn opinion about herd management. There is one general consensus about if you want groups to respawn, you have to wipe out the whole group for roe deer, specifically for roe deer, but that's about it. Nobody else really has the same opinion when it comes to herd management. The general idea of herd management for some people is stacking, for others it's shooting, and for the shooting method, they're both involving shooting, but for shooting, instead of stacking good ones, if they're people who kind of shoot, you kind of do a little bit of both from what I'm understanding, is that, you want all these down here in the exterior lakes to be level 1s because the map, right, that's about where I'm at. I've gotten to the point where I get sick of tracking it sometimes, and if it's not what I want, it goes, and it, depending on where it's at, right? Because if I keep firing, at some point, it's going to pan out. Some point, something's going to get killed. Respawn a pair or something like that. I've seen one thing back in the day, back a ways, like a month or two ago, something about if you shoot a solo female here and a male here, they could respawn as a pair. I figured out what my disconnection was on that. You have to shoot a solo male and solo female. You cannot shoot a solo female and then a male that's part of a pair and those two respawn as a pair. You absolutely do have to shoot both of them if you want to respawn. Now, the trick for me, part of it is, according to herd management, I don't know if I always want to respawn on some of these lakes because what the game does in general is it tries to level out the total value of the animals, So if you have like a really rare level 3, like let's say with roe deer, you got levels 1 through 3. All right. Well, let's say I don't even know how to make a good example of this. Let's say between two of them, you want a total, or between three of them, you want a total of 6 points, right? Like they're going to be level 2s. They're all going to be 3 level 2s for a total of 6, right? Well, if you shoot one and it respawns as a 1 and you shoot another and it respawns as a 3, you got a 1, a 2, a 3, you still got 6 points. So the overall quality of your herd is going to be maintained to some degree. So if you get crappier ones on the outside and better ones, gooder ones on this lake right here, then that's what you want. And then you can kill the good ones and they'll respawn as good ones. And if they don't hop anywhere, they'll keep spawning there and you get a bunch of good ones. So that is the reason why. That would be the general explanation or the suspicion, because not all this is proven. Some of it is, some of it isn't. That's the general reason why you want to have, some herd management on the outside lakes, which the reason I say that is because somebody was asking me why. Somebody was asking me why the other day. They're like, why are you doing herd management? I guess there's a large group of people out there that think herd management is pointless. They think that it's not something you have to do for a great one grind. And while that is technically true, it sure has the potential to help. Some people don't think it does. Some people think it does. I'm in the boat of saying I don't care. If I can control where my quality deer are, I'll gladly take rares and diamonds along the way. It creates a more frequent diamond spawn. It creates more frequent high value deer. I want that with or without a great one grind. Some people think the great one's going to spawn regardless of that. I don't know, but so here we are, 23:19, about to change the time. Learning our butts off as much as we can in our free time. And we're actually going to pop over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hope that some of these don't hop. And I'm going to take a second look before I change the time to make sure that my distances are about where I want them to be for the tripods and the tents. I don't have 5 tents on the one lake yet because I'm using those tents elsewhere for now. Now, once we get the map herd managed, then obviously we're going to have 5, 6, whatever we want on the lake. But for now, we're dealing with 4. I did enjoy a little bit of iBuy today. I watched a whole bunch of channels, and I'm forgetting which video was with which channel. But iBuy was awesome, especially live. And Poochie made my day, too. My goodness, Poochie really made my day. That guy treated me like a rock star the moment he saw my name in there. And it was just awesome to me that I ain't done nothing for his channel other than been rated by it, which is not me doing nothing for his channel at all. And he recognized my name. He was excited to see me. And he might be my favorite streamer I've ever seen in my life. You can tell that guy I said that. I'm just kidding. Don't say that. But it's true, though. It is absolutely true. That guy might be my favorite streamer I ever seen. So I'm happy about it. But let me see here. I'm going to hop into these tripods. And I'm going to look at the general distance between here. I don't even have to hop in them. But I'm going to look at the general distance here. That's about 228 out. Okay. That's about 260, and that's about 381. So I'm thinking about scooting this. I'm going to scoot this tripod further down this way. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to get about a 150 on this, and then I'll be within a range for this and maybe even this as well if I can get it. Well, the further I go down this way, the further south I go, the less proximity it's really going to have. So if I can get this as close as possible to this group right here, they might be at 350, and that might be about what I want. Either way, I think I want that tripod just a little bit further down, and I think I see why people have been doing that. We're learning as we go, Naya. I tell you what, we're learning as we go. So let's put up an item or two. Here's Mrs. Mecca with my shake. She got me a shake. She went and grabbed me a shake real quick. Thank you, honey. She went to Brahms real quick, grabbed me a shake. And let's go. And the reason she grabbed me a shake, I don't know what else she got over there, but she grabbed me a shake and whatnot. She is a very, very, very sweet woman. She acts as my legs sometimes whenever I get tired of huffing and puffing and my spine messing me up and stuff like that. But that's all temporary. That ain't normal for 30-something. But the reason why I requested that, we got some atomic fire breath Godzilla level freaking burn your mouth off stuff for me. I'm sorry. It is supposed to be very spicy. To me, I'm somewhere in the realm of your average spicy person. I can handle some spice. I can't handle probably more than average, and I definitely can't handle less. I'm probably right about your average spicy person, but it's right here. I'll tell you what, if you don't get nothing to drink after that, you're going to be feeling it. I think so anyway. I think so. Me personally, I don't know that I'm right about that, but I feel like I'm right about that. So let's get this tripod at least a little bit further up this way, maybe. I don't know if that's going to be far enough. It might not be. My hopes is that it'll only be close enough really for me to take a better shot. That's all I really care about, is that I'll be able to take a better shot at the furthest visible set of deer. So this right down here is going to be 208. We can go a little bit further, but I'm not so sure we're getting much closer to this if we do. This is about 360 out right here. If I go up just a little bit more, I don't feel like I'm getting any closer because we're starting to really go south. Let's see here. Is that any closer at all? Is that closer than 360? 357. I mean, it's a smidge of an improvement. I feel like we'll do better here. I do feel like we'll do a little better here. So let me turn on this where I can see the dry land just a little bit. I'm gonna turn my body a little bit because I don't feel like going all the way around the other way. We'll call that good for now. I say that the wind here is in a god-awful direction, but it might be the first not directly west wind we've ever had during this grind. And I'm going to place another tripod somewhere over here where I'm not going to have to worry about all this nonsense. I think if I go over here and I place one more tripod, I'll be happy about it. Blocked to the far point. I don't know. I'm trying to make sure it don't do that, but it's so hard to get the measurements just right without just copying someone else's loadout on it. I'm starting to realize other people have it figured pretty good. If you just go look at their map, you got a decent idea. But one thing I've been running into is, why do they have that there? I've been asking that question quite a bit at times. And I'm starting to realize that there's no one right answer, really. This is a kind of trial by error type of game in many aspects. Not in all aspects, but in many aspects. Man, this stuff will burn your mouth off. I'll tell you. For me, if you eat the whole thing with no nothing, you just eat it without a drink, I feel like it gets pretty good. But that flavor, oh my gosh. Par for the course for freaking, you know what I'm saying? Spicy food tastes so good. It hurts so good. The flavor of it is just immense. All right, how far do we got right here? We got 198. I definitely feel like if we place this in a smart place, as long as we have anything but an east wind, if we have a west, south, or north wind, I think we'll be fine to come approach this east side right here and take absolutely all three of these suckers out. But I'm going to have to make sure by getting there. The one thing I like about this, well, I was going to say, I was forgetting if it was a tent or a tripod. That's a tripod, not a tent. I was going to say I could fast travel between these two spots, but the tent's up here, tripod's down here. That's not. I got that inverted. But this will help a little bit with some of the pressure. I might pick up another tripod or two eventually at some point. This is going to be a good spot. I have a feeling, I don't know, but I have a feeling that we're going to be able to get this placed at least somewhere. Yep. Oh. And let's see right here. How does this look? That's within 300. That's within 300. That's within 300. Bada bing, bada boom. One tripod for the whole lake. Man, somebody wants the band hammer pretty bad. Pow! There's a band hammer for you. I tell you what, we dropped it hard. I'm going to get an animation on my screen within the next month or two for a band hammer. It's going to be fun. Gonna be fun. I don't know what person feels completely fine about stealing from people in need to just have more money to buy more fast food or, you know, try to get rich by stealing. I don't know what person feels fine about that, but I'm not some holier than thou person. I don't think I'm that great, but you know. I saw that emo earlier. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. We got our last tripod put right there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Do we really have that many? We have 8 of them down on one lake. We got 2 of them right there. So that's 10. Another 2. That's 12. Another 3 right there. That's 15. And by George, our 16th one is up there. Good golly, Miss Molly. That is a lot. I think I might be able to pick this one up and make it work. I really think I'm going to need that for now for the exterior portion of the grind. I'll put it back there whenever I'm done with the exterior part. But for the exterior portion of the grind, I'm going to go pick one of these up. I might pick up 2 of them. Who knows? Tell you what. That stuff got some kick to it. That stuff got some. Anybody sitting there drinking milk with it or something like that, acting like they know what spicy is, you shush it. All right. The amount of spicy that everything dials down at spicy when you're drinking milk with it. And I do mean in between bites. It makes a huge difference. Well, hey, thank you very much, Turtles, for the sub. Let's go, dude. Heck yeah, dude. Thank you very much for that. Let's go. Sub by I Like Turtles. Thank you very much, Bro Chacho. I'm 1000% going to give you a quick shout out while I'm here. Boom. I Like Turtles. 25,000. Thank you, bro, very much for that. How you doing today, Bro Chacho? Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot. I have never played it. Nope, I have not. I sure have not. Ugh, that stuff is spicy. Oh, we're going to grab this one real quick because I can shoot down to here or here with it. And I'll probably pick this one up while I'm at it. Maybe. It depends on how far away it is from that spot. So let's actually go. Let's grab this one real quick. And we'll see what we're looking like after that. What am I missing? Any tips for new? If you can resend that for whatever reason, Bro Chacho, Christian, just starting out players, gotcha. Yeah, daily challenges for money. Do your daily challenges and missions for money. Number 1, that's a big, big tip. Number 2, do not waste your money on the 7mm Empress. Don't do it. Okay, all right. You're gonna think that's like a really good gun to get because it costs 30 grand. It doesn't have the penetration to even kill the animal. Okay, it's bad. It's so bad. What else? And then number 3, don't use those 50-cent eliminator sprays as generously as you think you should because they cost $300 a spray to replace. For some reason, you start out with a boatload of them. So save your sprays. You know, if you're looking into DLCs for weapons, get the ambusher pack with the high tech pack together. Is my opinion on which ones to get first. You grab those two together, and you'll never need a gun for anything else almost. That Marauder lever action, shorter range, but it'll put him down. Even a Class A animal, it'll put him down. So yeah, and yeah, don't skip on the challenges. You can make 40, 50K a day on challenges alone if you do them right. You just learn how to do them good. They do require some maps sometimes, obviously. But if you're an Xbox player like me, just save up your rewards and use your credit on Xbox to buy the DLCs. And then when a challenge pops up, buy the DLC for it, and then you can go do that challenge, make yourself 10, 12, 20, 30, 40 grand a day. I think the most I made on challenges in one day was like, 3 dailies, a weekly, and then a mission, and then some hunting, and I made like 60K or so in one day. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say. If there's anything I missed, people feel free to let me know. I don't know why, y'all. Was that on Twitch or YouTube? For whatever reason, was that on Twitch or YouTube? I don't know why that chat is not popping up in my feed for some reason. It popped up on the screen, but it never came through on my chat feed. And I don't know why. I'm guessing it was on the tube. Maybe it was on the tube. Something like that. Okay, there it is. Well, hey, thank you very much for reaching out, bro Chacho. I appreciate it. I don't know what it is about things sometimes not coming through on OBS, but let me try and fix the chat box. Not a problem, not a problem. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I'm not the most knowledgeable and I'm not the least knowledgeable. I look up stuff more than I practice it. So sometimes I know stuff I shouldn't. Sometimes I think I do and I'm wrong. Boom. Now the chats are coming through just fine. Let's go. Let's go. How's Christian doing today? Definitely skip that 7mm, by the way. Definitely skip that. Don't think that the Range Master is too much. It might be a break action one-shot gun, but it's the best Class 9 gun in the game if you just want to put them down in one shot. In my opinion, I don't know that, like, the Arzina's good, but I've tested them side by side. The Arzina's got 5 rounds, low recoil for its class, good trajectory, all that jazz. But the Range Master, for just one bullet's worth of damage, that sucker got it. In my opinion, I really think so. I could be dead wrong about that, but to me, I think. I'm gonna hop in this tripod, y'all. Try and not eat my straw, first of all, and see if I can look. What I want to see is if I got a good visual down to like right chaw. Like, I mean, how much of a visual am I going to be losing here? It's all right. It's all right. I can definitely see from this one across to here, and this I can see probably down to right. Let me spot the closest I can see. That right there. That right there that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. I think I'm gonna pick this tripod up. I know I'm picking up too many probably, but I think I'm gonna pick this tripod up, maybe that tripod, and use those at my exterior lakes. Because the one thing I'm running into more than anything. My gun is a 308. Look, that gun is amazing. If you're talking class 4 or 5 animals, oh my God, that is a good gun. Ain't no better gun for deer in the whole game, I think. Me personally, I don't know. Except maybe the Marauder, honestly. Maybe the Marauder. It just depends on if you prefer to have the range or not. If you don't have to have the range, then you don't, the Arzina is pretty good. Thank you very much, Turtles. I appreciate that, bro, Chacho. But if you don't have to have the range, I think, then the Marauder, I think, takes the cake. Because that sucker maxes out at Class 8 animals, but it puts down a moose better than some Class 9 guns. I do mean that. It's got shorter range, but the impact of that handgun round that it shoots. I mean, you can take a hollow point, and it maxes out at Class 8. You could kill a roe deer with it. Maxes out at moose, right? You can put down a moose with a 100, 150 meter shot with a hollow point with it. It gets through. It does damage. It does damage. I don't know that it has more penetration than anything, but it does some damage. Handguns, I've used them I've used them plenty. Like I said, for 2 years before I started doing this grind, I was just doing nothing but challenges. That's all I cared about. I'm just doing nothing but challenges. You think I'd have more stuff, but I don't. But yeah, I think it's awesome. I think the challenges are great. Love them, but I'll tell you what, let's see here. If I scooch up here, that's going to be too far away. I got a couple of tripods. I got like 3 tripods. But I need more tents than tripods if I'm being completely transparent. All right, Grados, Ibex, Roe deer. Okay. All right, let's see here. This is interesting. This lake right here is dang near completely imperfectly filled out. I think I'm going to put one more tripod on it and then pack everything up from it and not worry as much after. So I've done a lot of the missions and storylines. I have not done like completed very many at all. I've done such and such amount from several maps, and that's about it. I haven't completed barely jack on them. I've gotten a certain ways into them and quit. Spicy. I think we are going to put a tent down right here. I might put it down right here. If that'll go a little better. I'm not so sure that it will. If I go right here, I can only see down to about right Cha. That's not very far. So if that's going to be the case, I can't really barely even shoot to there, honestly. Yeah, I'll probably put it right here. That should be, there we go. I was about to say, that should be plenty good. We'll go up to another spot or two where we're going to want to have a tripod like this one, just for fun. Eight tents, 16 tripods. What, from the storylines or? No, you're saying, no, you don't get tripods from storylines. That's DLC. Thank you very much, Turtles. Appreciate it, bro. Chacho, I hope you have a good rest of your evening, bud. I hope you have a good one for the map. You get 16 tents, I know that much. But I might not be tracking. 200 meters that way. As far as needing them goes. Are you talking about on my map? On my map. Man, I tell you what. No, wrong way. God dang, it's east. It's east. What am I thinking? I'm definitely thinking about, I don't really know how to say this. I'm definitely thinking about setting up and having slightly longer runs, but to more places. Now, that might not be super fun for a lot of people, but I have been finding it a little bit similar paced. I hate to say that, like maybe a little bit similar in timing and in pace to, you know, to have a few tents set up versus basically almost none on certain tents. The only time the pace really changes, which is what them bigger streamers do a lot of very, very well, to me, is whenever they have one set up for each spot they need to go to with a pickup tent and all that stuff. Then it works out really bad. Yep. I'd love to get this area right here. I'd love that. I'd love for that to be within range, but I don't think I'm going to get that lucky because it's a ways out. It's a ways out, and at this point, I'm going to have to run up almost to this zone because I'm going to go up to about 150, maybe something like that. You don't have enough. I really, honestly, I kind of feel like 24 would be a good number. But honestly, that just depends on who you are because people learn to make it work with whatever they got. People definitely learn to make it work with whatever they got. 150 right here is the max distance I really want this to be. And the other one I'd like to be within 350, but it ain't going to happen. So I'll tell you what I'll probably do. I'll probably come. Yeah, that ain't going to work. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick a new spot. I'm going to have to pick a new spot because there ain't nothing for it There ain't nothing for it, I tell you what. There ain't nothing. Ain't nothing for it. I'm going to go over here and pick a spot for the tripod over here. Hopefully that works. Yep. Well, they've been saying set up like 8 tents and 8 tripods. Like you got like a hand, you got like maybe more than 8, but you got like 5 or 6 tripods and tents over here. Take the rest of them, set them up on like 3 lakes. I have not been wanting to set all of them up on 3 lakes. I got quite a few, but I haven't been wanting to do all of them on those 3. And the main thing I've been noticing is without my map being herd managed enough to just come down here and start plowing away at them, I don't use all these. I don't use all these until I'm really up here doing some work. So to kind of speed up the overall process, I'm going to make the exterior herd management a little quicker rather than the 1 lake until I get the map right where I want it to be. That's 393. That's not good. If I put it down here, God dang it, I drowned myself. If I put it down here, I got a pretty good shot of it being where I want because these are Grados Ibex. So over here is going to be all the roe deer zones. I can get at least 3 zones in my sight if I just approach it carefully once, and that'd be nice. My main concern with it is the pressure, not so much them sensing me. Well, what do you know? Beseat Ibex. I should have just grabbed a 4-wheeler, but then again, probably would have drove that into the lake too. All right. So once we get this one set up, we're going to change the time. We will shoot this a little bit, but nothing crazy. And I'm hoping if I put that right there that this will be within 380. As long as it's within like rendering range, then that's all I really care about. All right. Love you, honey. Got my smell goods, my humidity, trying to help me breathe a little bit. People ask a lot, which is why I just say it now at this point. I say some things out over and over again that probably sound like a pitiful, I don't know, but sometimes I've been asked them a number of times enough to know that people are curious even when they're not asking, depending on who's new and who's not. I might move that tent down a little closer to this tripod too. I'll be completely transparent about it. Because this over here might be a good distance away from both of them, but this over here might be a little bit better for getting to that tripod. That right now is 200. That's easily going to be within range. So if I can get the furthest ones away at about 300, which it looks like they just about are, then if I can get to this part that pokes out as much as possible, maybe, no, I'm probably not going to see down to here. I'm probably not going to be able to see down to here. That's just probably not going to happen, but I can hope. If I place it right here, I could shoot boom, 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 and boom. I could shoot 4 out of 5 of these spots. And all I have to do, and that's really honestly probably going to be the best bet for me, honestly, because I can slowly approach until this one zone is herd managed. That's it. And once it's herd managed, I don't have to worry. I can spook them every time, and I can run up here and shoot boom, boom, boom. And I think this one will be within 300 from that spot. It might be right at 300 from that spot, but we'll see. It'll be within 350, and I'll be able to shoot that. So that little bank right there that juts out a little ways, that's going to, without a doubt, be a better angle for the whole of the plan. Yeah, so this is going to be 264. It's going to easily be 300. Easily. I just got to get this where you can see as far out there as possible. Which that right there can see the whole goddamn thing, so that's perfect. That's anywhere in here where it'll place will be perfectly fine. Even that'll work, honestly. I really think it will. Let's test her out. That's for sure going to be visible. There's no doubt about that at all. 270. Oh, yeah. And the whole lake itself from here, I think. Every corner of it. Well, that's going to be close. That's going to be real close. I think we can do it. I really do. I'd love to get this out just a little further, but I think that'll just about do. Let's try this. Let's try this. We have another tripod real quick. I want to get it perfect. We go all the way out here. If there's a spot on the bank near the water over here, that might reach out just a little further, but I doubt it. Doesn't look like it's gonna. But I thought for a moment maybe. It's pretty. That's pretty sharp. That might. We'll try that. I doubt it's going to be a better visual, but we'll see if it is real quick. And if it is, then we'll just call that good. I don't think that that's much different. I don't think that is a whole lot different. I think we'll just call that good with that one right there. But it might be. Yeah, we'll keep that. We'll keep that, I guess. We'll pick the other one up, go put it somewhere, and call that good. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. That tree's sticking out either way, but how much is it sticking out is the real question to me. I think it is. Look, so the tree's coming out to right chaw. And I think that second one gets just a little bit better of a view, just a little bit further out, but it's so close. It's hard to tell without really just going back and forth. I think it just a little bit. It's going to be worse for range because it's going to be a little bit further out, but not enough to make a difference. We'll still zero in for 150. And we'll take this puppy somewhere else, place it somewhere, and we'll be done setting everything up. We'll be back to shooting. All these have all the tripods I think I want for them. I think they do. I don't know. I want to move that tripod a little bit, but then again, I'm not sure. I've moved it closer for a reason. I shoot from here to there without a tripod. Maybe I should put one down, but then I'll just pick it all up. I tell you what I'm going to do, honestly. For now, I'm going to go down here, put the tripod down somewhere close, and completely make sure that that lake is shot down good. That way, when I'm finally done with it, I can pick the tent up with it, take it up to that northeast pond, and then use all the tripods in the tent up there. That'll be good. Hang in there, y'all. We're almost to the fun part. Just got to put this down somewhere as close as I can to here, so that way this is still a good shot. And I think this will work just fine. See, this one I think is just the right distance away from this one. Could be wrong. We'll see. That is without a doubt where I want it. That is without a doubt where I want it. All right, by George. This right here is going to maybe scoot back just a little bit. Getting this perfect is crazy hard. My bigger concern is this going to spook? And the answer is yes. If I go about 250, 260 out from it, no. But then if I go to this one, so that's definitely, we ran right into the tent. Look at that. Look at that. While we're looking at the map. All right. So if I run over here to this one and look at it, this right here is definitely going to be spooked by this tent. All right. So if I go right here, that looks like it's also going to spook that tent. So this might have to go back there a little bit. And then this might have to go up here a little bit. Something like that. Hard to say. That's 285. That's why I put that tent all the way down here. Forget it. Forget it. We're going to call that good. We're going to call that good. Let's shoot some stuff. Let's shoot some stuff. I'm sick of waiting. I'm a sicko waiting. The Arzina and the Marati. Yes, please. Let's get those where we want them. I'll tell you what, that 243 is pretty useless at range. It is pretty useless at range. It bugs me when it says a 0. Let's see here. 188. Thank you for finally dropping price. Say 1545, 1550, something like that. Say 1550. See what we can come up with. They're definitely going to be here. I think this zone, except that this is a brand new zone right there. No, it's not. I think this lake, this exterior lake's pretty well shot down, but I haven't seen if there's any respawns that are going to be giving me problems. I haven't seen if there's any respawns that are really going to be giving me any problems. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't been tracking the pairs enough like I should have been, and I know I should have been, but I just wasn't. I haven't been tracking them well enough to know. See, that guy's got to go. That guy has got to go. So that level 2's got to go. We have been getting some respawns. I don't know if that's his girlfriend or not, though. I really don't. And it's hard to say. I'm going to take both of them out just to make sure I get a respawn. But that right there is just a bunch of gals. Now, obviously, they are not all paired up, for crying out loud. That's a good-looking group. I want that group to look that way. But this right here is what I don't want to see. Is that level 2 dude right there. So, let's get the Arzina. He's about 160 to whatever. I'm going to shoot just a little high with the Arzina, and I don't have to hit an organ with the Arzina, so that's good. I didn't hit her at all, did I? Did I? I did. I got her. Okay, all right. He's a floater. He's a floater if I ever saw one. All right, y'all. Let's see there. That's going to be 34 of them. And then I don't count the females. She's dead right there. And that tripod certainly did come in handy. It was worth it. All right. So one thing they said you don't want to do too much is leave the bodies lying there, exit out and come back. It's called dirty grind. Doing that for a swap is fine, but you don't want to do that like the whole goddamn time. That'll mess your whole grind up. I don't know why. They said it will. Considering it's our first grind, I'm not going to go against the advice of the pros. So I know that you want to, I know occasionally, they say occasionally doing it. Oh, please show your faces. Please show your dirty little freaking wolf faces. We got a red zone right there. I want them dead. D-E-D, dead. I want them. I'm sick and tired of getting murked by a bunch of Iberian wolves. I feel like they're more aggressive than any other wolf. That dude's got to go too, and I'm not so sure that that's his girlfriend, but he's definitely got to go one way or another, so I'm going to side him for 300 on that one. He's a little less than 300, but he's close, and then she's close. So I'm going to shoot right at him and hit probably just a little high, and then I'll shoot her right at and hit probably just a little low, but let's see what we can do. That was a miss if I ever saw one. Did I miss her? Did I miss her? Oh, no, I got her. I got her. Okay, all right. So we got a chick and her boyfriend over there, and we got a chick and a boyfriend over here. As soon as this floater gets done floating to us, and by George, he should be here any... God dang, dude. God dang, bro. Get over here. I'm killing time hunting in the middle of waiting for you to float your dead body over to me. Ridiculous. Ridiculously convenient, I guess. Convenience can be so inconvenient. All right. Let's see about this guy. By George. By George. He was a slow floater, but we'll take him. He'll pay us. What was he rated? 52? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. We got 2 pairs at least, if not a pair and some solos. Kilt, so I'll take that. It's going to be about, what, like $400 a piece for ruining them? Average, I think. Average $400 to $500 a piece. Probably 4. I'm just going to say 4. So between the 4 of them, that'd be like $1,600. Cost of a bullet's about 100 or so bucks. So, yeah, like a $1,200 profit. 4 bullets, about 400 and some odd dollars, subtracted from the roughly 1,600 of the hope we made. We at least profited $1,000, and I'll take that for roe deer, for crying out loud, because those things don't pay. They don't pay worth worth up? Oh, $592 for a ruined female. That's not too bad. So that'd be about $2,000 probably total for the average between the four of them. Say the average 500 instead of 400 apiece if they're not harvest checked. So then hopefully that means something. Could have saved myself a little bit of time there, but not too much. That's another roe deer down, though, by George. So we're actually starting to make some headway now that we got tripods going. At least we're past the part where we just scout the whole god dang time. We've been scouting. I found out that I do have every single zone discovered, just like every single zone. And you will occasionally find a new one pop up, I think, but it takes a little bit more than what I've been doing. I've been stopping every evening after drinking time. $5.97. I've been stopping every single evening after drinking time was over to check everywhere I could, and that's just slowing things down just as much as not using tripods and whatnot. So he's a level 1. He gets to live. We want him there. Where's that one dude's girlfriend that we shot over here? She got to be pretty close to hurt. Or she's dead. She's not just hurt, she's dead, but we got to find her blood. This is the part where Hank might actually come out of the kennel for the roe deer grind, of all things. Where did she go? We shot his girlfriend right on the back right side of him. We shot him right by this stand, right? His girlfriend was somewhere back chaw. Right back chaw. There we go. Now we're on her trail. She gonna be dead pretty quick. Love my Fido. Them Fidos are awesome. I love them too. All right. We got her. That's good. Now we go to the next spot and shoot him dead. All right. So let's pop over here real quick. We will pop by the main lake. Well, maybe not just yet, but. I'm going to run up here and do it just this one time because I don't know what, is going to respawn there because the whole top half of that lake can spawn roe deer, but I only got them on the top right. I didn't get them in the top middle or top left or nothing. So we're going to go, southwest, something like that, southeast. Straight where the wind is going, just like we do. And there she is. Right on up yonder. Is this really going to be that steep of a drop-off? Oh, my gosh. I'm not walking around it. I'll tell you that much right now. I'm not doing that. This is so far away. I keep thinking it's so much closer than it is so far away. It ain't anywhere in the ballpark close to me. Good old southeastern Spanish ibex. We haven't really been focusing on too many ibex, which is good for the grind, obviously. There's that wolf need zone. I thought that was going to be the ibex. Hey, that's why we check overlapping zones. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Yippee! We got 2 zones. That's not good. That's not super duper good. It's really not super duper bad either if you think about it. If you think about it, it's not that bad. Yeah, they're gonna die pretty quick. Stay down. I don't want to track you. Let's go. What's up? What's up? Baxter, how's Baxter doing? If I mispronounce that every time I see it, please forgive me because I'll make up a new way to say it every time I see it. How's Baxter doing? First time chat, welcome to the Mechanic crew. Let's go here. Let's get this guy. Where'd his body go? Probably not the distance I want to be shooting to them shots, but they're not going to spook yet. No matter what I shoot. All right. Gold, we'll go ahead and grab him real quick. Got a double lung. And then second shot was just for the sake of not having to freaking chase him down. Doing good. Love your stream. So thank you very much, Baxter. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. We are new to the roe deer grind. Naya, did I click 35? Was it 34 to 35 after that last mail I got? Or did I not click the plus button after that last mail? God dang it, I can't remember. I'm probably at like 50 by now. The amount of times I forget it. One more copy. Thank you, Naya, very much. I appreciate that. We're 36 in. We're just checking to make sure. We dead zoned this because we were stupid and didn't use tripods and forgot we weren't in a tripod. And so now we kind of messed up our spawning because we dead zoned something you don't want to dead zone a grind, right? I mean, even I know that. So I'm hoping that there's no big surprises here at this lake, but there could be. There sure shooting could be. I got to get up there quick enough to take a shot, though. Yeah, I've gotten to the point with the math of it when it comes to swapping and herd management and shooting. The thing is if you shoot one with a 22 to watch it walk off so that you know what it's paired with, to me, that would almost only matter if you were 22 and if you were taking the 22 to the boys. You know what I'm saying? Because if I shoot the girl and the boy walks off, when I come back, I'm not going to memorize which girl was with which boy, right? The thing I remember is if that class 3 diamond dude is a pair or a solo. That's all I know. If you saw Pooch, I don't think you can really dead zone the row. Did you see how red his map is? Well, I definitely did dead zone him. I had 2 zones disappear from right here. I had one on each end disappear. But I'm not sure how much the dead zone really freaking is going to affect it all in all. That's for sure. Does he just dead zone his a whole bunch? Because they have to come back. I mean, they do have to come back. They got a lot of spawns though. They do. They got a lot of spawns. You don't dead zone them if you're shooting from a tripod. If you shoot from a tripod, you will not dead zone them. You'll get a lot of pressure, but you will not get a dead zone like 99.9% of the time. But I've been shooting like a dum-dum, just thinking, oh, I'm in a good spot. This is the 150 meters. Not even thinking if I'm in a blind or a tripod or nothing. We got an ibex drink zone right here. That's good to know. So I don't think they are going to spawn over here. I think they're going to continue to spawn over here on the middle to northeast and east. But I wanted to make sure, since I wiped 2 of their zones, was that really going to change anything? And some people make the argument dead zones don't matter. Like at all, because the animals will come back to the same area for a lot of animals. Depends on the animal. And while I can agree that they will come back depending on the species and the reason, I can't agree that dead zones don't matter, because you will get less animals in the area. Like there are at least a majority species that will not come back. Like if you dead zone an area with a ton of feeding and sleeping zones, there's not going to be much there when you come back. So they do matter. I've had some people rip each other a new one in Xbox party chats talking about whether or not dead zones matter. And it's looking like this right here, which is 450 away, is the only spot they're going to be here for now, with or without the respawns. Right, cha. All right, y'all. And that's going to be 420 away. I'm gonna have to get to this one right here before I can even do anything. Yeah, a lot of people don't think dead zones matter for a lot of species when it comes to drink zones, I think, if I remember right. The thing I love about this game is nobody has it actually figured out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got all the pros that clearly know what they're doing better than most people, but... All right, man, I appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll be playing probably something different, but I appreciate it very much. We play Call of the Wild on Wednesdays if you're into that game specifically. Either way, though, thanks for hanging out with us, Baxter. And I hope to catch you around anytime that I catch you around. You have a good rest of your night, bro, Chacho. All right, so we got that. Is that... What is going on there? That ain't a roe deer. Why can't I spot that? Did I forget to pick up a body? What is going on there? That is clearly, if it looks to me like an ibex, if I'm being completely honest, it looks like an ibex. What is that? There's no way I forgot a dead body right there. Is that a roe deer? The head of it looks more like an ibex, but it's laying down. I didn't kill an ibex. Did I forget to pick up a body? There's no way. There's no way because we just logged back on. Dead bodies wouldn't still be here after being logged out for 3 hours. 4 hours. What is that dead body there for? So weird. Super weird. Yeah, I'm going to run up there and figure it out quick, fast, and in a hurry. What is the deal? I'm not going to shoot that lady. You know, she can stay right there. I don't think that's her boyfriend, you know. What in the world? That's got to be a dead body, but when the crap did I actually leave a dead body? How is a dead body still there? How is that even? It's a roe deer. It's counting it as a second. Yeah, it's counting it as a second animal spotted. See what I'm saying? Oh, there's some Iberian wolves howling over to my left, northeast of me. That's not good. What in the world? You want some? You gonna come get visions for your cousin? You'll die to the Maradi just like the rest of them. All right. Yeah, that dude's got antlers on him, but I do not. We're going to have to take her out. I don't care what the deal is. What in the world? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. If I build it, it'll spook her. I'm gonna go back here to the tripod and I'm going to take a shot. Oh, God dang. All right, never mind. I'm going to shoot you with the Maradi right here. That's it. You shouldn't have hollered at me, lady. Oh, right in the keister. All right, let's go get us some money. That's definitely a vital. It's got to be a vital of how quick she died. That gun passes the harvest check too. Well, it's good to know you can absolutely give them the backdoor special and pass the harvest check on that gun with that species. There's a few of them out there you can do that with, and that is one. What other gun is it that you can go through the back end from and get out the front end of and pass the harvest check on a freaking whitetail for? Is it a polymer tip on a 308? What is it? That is a second dead body, but by George, I don't know why. There's a warning call up this way from a dude as if... Okay. I spotted him. Why? Why are they acting that way? What? He's definitely level 2. He's got to be at least a level 2. Yeah, he would have been gold. When did we shoot him? It don't say when we shot him. It just says we got a double lung on him with the Arzina. When did we leave him here? I'm gonna count that as 37. I don't care. I don't care. I definitely didn't count him. All right. All right. $621 for him. And what do we get on her? Let's see. We did. Wow. Look at that. All the way up liver and lung. We got nothing but vitals on her. We got $700 for that chick. What in the world? All right. I ain't gonna fight it. Her and her boyfriend are reunited and road to your hell. I don't know. She ain't having a good time. All right, let's see here. 17, 19. I'm a spawn right chaw. I'm a spawn right chaw and see what I can see. Honestly, I'm a spawn right chaw. There's some there, so I'm just gonna see what I can see. We're spook the ones close to the tent, but we'll be able to see the others. Yeah. Let me get a look at you real quick. He can live. Most of the only area of this lake that we haven't completely herd managed for sure is the middle zone, unless we get respawns, you know. Trivial, so he can live with his girlfriend over there, and I'm gonna pop right over yonder and check out the next spot. All right. It's so weird to me the type of days we'll have on views. Some days we'll break into like hundreds of views concurrently on some places. One particular place, I guess, I don't know. And then other days just nothing, just like and it don't bother me at all because I've been sitting here, you know, we've been a channel for less than a year. You know, we shouldn't be doing very well, and we're doing all right, honestly. They all get to live. This one probably gets to die. Nope, he gets to live. They get to live. Honestly, it's looking fantastic. The only thing about it that couldn't be a little better, could be a little better, is this middle area. If there's any twos left in the middle area, I think that lake might be done. I think that lake might be completely done. We're going to see if we can see all the way up to here at some point, and maybe that'll be better. Yeah, they're all trivial. What are you doing, bub? What are you doing, bub? Oh, just come back. I ain't going to hurt you. Don't you? You little biscuit. Get out of here. She's lucky. Streaming at the end of April. There you go. Doing better than me, that's for sure. I started streaming at like the end of December, beginning of January, something like that. By George. There will be some down this way actually too. I better go check that out. But I don't think, honestly, with the time that we have left, it'd probably be better just to go back over here and shoot one right chaw. If there's any to shoot. Poochie said, if I were you, I'd start, or I buy. He's the one who said, if I were you, I'd start shooting your main lake a little bit. I really don't know if I want to, but I just don't want them to hop, but they can hop either way. I mean, they can. They shouldn't. I hope they don't, but ain't gonna hurt to start shooting them. They can hop when I'm done herd managing, or they can hop before I'm done herd managing. Either way, they can freaking hop. So, I mean, I guess all in all, ain't going to be that bad. I can take out that guy who's probably another diamond. He might be good to take out, but I'm thinking about taking out the lower level ones and I'm thinking about stacking them is what I'm thinking about doing. I think I'm going to stack that dude. Thank you very much for the follow, Gage. Appreciate it, M Gage 128. Welcome to the crew. Let's freaking go. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to stack them here because I want them stacked. I definitely want to keep the high levels, shoot the lower ones, 29 to 35 on that one. That one's rated up to 83. That one's rated up to 74. I'm going to go ahead and just take the shot, honestly. I'm not going to waste any more time getting to the stand. It's going to create a little bit of pressure, but crazy. Right in the keister. You're going to die. All right. I don't know if that's his girlfriend or not, but we're going to kill her. Oh, that's another dude. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I guess if you want it, you really want it that bad, sir. All right. Let's go get him. Hopefully we didn't cause a... I know I'm not in a... What's going on? Hey, you guys know each other. Those two can meet each other in roe deer heaven. I'm definitely going to shoot the rest of the chicks, too. Definitely going to shoot the rest of the chicks. Forcing any sort of spawns that I need. I guess it might be smart to kind of replan it a little bit. But hey, those are two more. Let's go. Bada bing and bada boom. Bada bing and a bada booma. Bada bing and a bada booma. Grinding fox on Sal's. Good golly gosh almighty. You doing the island method? You doing the island method on that? Oh yeah, you gotta die. Yeah, you gotta die. Yeah, you gotta die. That's gotta hit him. Yep, there we go. It's another one. Let's go. Yippee. 3 in a row. Hopefully we didn't cause any sort of... Yeah, we're done. We're done shooting. We're done shooting right here. We're done shooting right here. All right. We're trying to keep the level 3. So that was the... Oh, that's a class 3. Whew. Level 2 miner. We'll take the $648 for him and for him. $630 for him. Go grab this third guy and call that good. We're not shooting this area for a fat minute again, but that's all right. 405 kills in. Let's go. I could be anywhere between 50 and 75 by now for the amount of times I forget to mark it down. I'm gonna remember about 200 kills in maybe, but all right, let's see. I really need to stop shooting so frivolously here, but I know that the level 3 is the only one I really need right here, and I definitely need to shoot some of their girlfriends, but let's see here. I'm gonna pop over here, honestly, and I know it seems crazy just to go all over the place like this, but the way it's kind of working out for me, I'm having a hard time not doing exactly that. Here, god dang. We'll go over here and start the same kind of circuit. Me? Oh yeah. Dang near. I tell you what, I do have attention to detail. I also have my freaking limit. I tell you what, if it wasn't for all my health issues, I'd be, man, I wouldn't be playing games though. I think honestly, part of me sometimes feels like this is part of a plan or something. Because I went from the most fit, healthy person I ever met in my life to having a very rare set of health conditions. And I mean a set. That can't all be coincidence. I mean, one of them alone is an iatrogenic condition that only one out of every 1,500 people get from having the exact surgery I had. And you have to have basically OCD and all that crap to get it because it's a psychosomatic, somatopsychic type of correlation. I definitely got attention to detail for the freaking numbers and stuff. But, man, I tell you what, I get to hit my limit. I get to hit my freaking limit. If I didn't have the same amount of tolerance for pain and suffering, and I don't mean this to brag, but I got to say it out loud at some point. If I didn't have the exact amount of pain tolerance that it takes for freaking literally signing up to get punched in the face every single day, then, you know, I wouldn't be able to sit here and deal with the health conditions I got. I tell you that much right now. But also, if it wasn't for doing that, I wouldn't have any of the health conditions I have. So, you know, tomato, tomato, right? Yep. Honestly, and I don't mean that it's a good thing that you or I have those health conditions, right? In and of itself, right? But I really do believe that people go through things that they can relate to each other with for that purpose. Yeah, I feel you. I freaking feel you. 4 years ago, I was a welterweight, super fit, you know, working your butt off and working at your job and then working out at the gym and going to a second gym after a full day's work, you know, 6 days a week. That was a level of freaking physical activity I did, and I felt great. And I got plenty of sleep doing it. I slept like a rock. Worked my butt off and got to a level of health where sitting down, like physically sitting down in my couch alone in my freaking what am I trying to say? Alone in my apartment. That's the word I'm looking for. Good God. I can't breathe today, guys. I can't breathe today. It's acting up bad. The stem cell shots, I thought stem cells they took from like dead babies or something like that. I didn't know a thing about them. They took stem cells out of my own fat after they sucked my own fat out of me, you know, and they got stem cells out of it, and platelets out of my blood and stuff. That stuff, I'm hoping it works without having to go back. It was about a $5,000 to $7,000 trip for a family that lives on under $50K a year. But, nah, I mean, I really do think our health conditions that we have, a lot of them are so that we can relate to each other. You know, and I don't think everybody has to be Christian for that to apply either. But the reason I say that ahead of time is because I believe there's even a Bible verse about it, you know, and I believe that is, now this isn't a Christian channel per se, but I am a Christian. And, you know, I don't turn this into like, I try not to turn this into like a ministry in and of itself because I don't want to monetize a ministry myself. I have no problem with those who feel comfortable doing that, but I don't. But there's a verse in there. I forget how it goes, guys, but you know it's true one way or another. There's people who don't believe anything about, you know, certain things that believe that some of these principles are true. One principle that I think is extremely true about it is it says that, you know, take heart, something, for you know your brothers and sisters are facing the same trials, basically. I don't know how to say it. That the afflictions you're suffering with are common to the brethren, I think is a closer wording of it. And that principle applies whether you're of the same faith or not. I think somehow it just seems like it does. And that definitely, it's a weird way. I'm not, you could almost sit there and say, I'm so happy other people are hurting like me. No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. But I don't know or remember much of the Bible. Cancer sucks. Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is like I used to have a dang near eidetic memory, not literally eidetic and not right on the precipice of eidetic, but pretty much like, I mean, really close. I can remember small talk conversations word for word, almost verbatim from like 6 years ago that were seemingly to other people insignificant. But it wasn't like eidetic, like it wasn't every conversation. It was just some of them that would seem like a sharp memory, you know, but that was a blessing I had before this pressure in my head. Yeah. Well, good gosh, Naya, it makes me, I'm not glad you have what you have. I'm not saying that, but it makes me happy to know other people can relate. The one thing there's two extremes I hate is when someone acts like they have no idea what you're going through and when someone acts like they know exactly what you're going through. Word to the wise to anybody who has a friend going through something, do not act like you completely understand everything they're going through and do not act like you have no idea what hurting feels like. Like, you know, definitely I found and through personal experience, the absolute best way to connect with people is understand that we each can relate in our suffering to a non-perfect degree. We can't perfectly relate, you know, because I've had some people have like worse spinal stenosis than me that have none of the pain that I have, you know, and it doesn't even bother them. I've had spinal stenosis so bad that like when I tried to lift my hand to use it, my hand shut off. Like half of my hand quit working. I couldn't even cut with scissors, right? And then that just went away within a few months or something. But then I had like facet issues that, you know, would look on a scan like, you know, maybe not as bad as somebody who'd been through a car wreck or something like that. But then the person who'd been through the car wreck had his spinal cord cut off so bad his legs quit working, but it didn't hurt. They just shut off. He wasn't going through a whole lot of pain. He's going through some pain, but not unbearable pain, right? And then at the same time, you know, there's other people with like better scans that are in twice as much pain. It's weird. Listen to them and know you can understand what they're going through. Yep, you can understand what they're going through. That in part and never with like the one thing I've learned from having health issues at my age is nobody treats a man my age with a lot of sympathy if you look perfectly healthy, and that might go for. I'm not saying that's just for men. I'm not saying that either way, but I do feel like people that have certain standards for certain people, and I've been treated like dog water at times just for looking healthy, you know. But then again, I've been treated. You know, I've had people threaten to break my neck in the Walmart parking lot just for seeing me wear a neck brace. They're impressing their girlfriend. But, yep. There's expectations people have, but I think it also depends on not just your age or gender. I think it depends on the people you're surrounded with. I think if you surround yourself with a truly God-fearing, God-loving person, they're not going to look at other people with that prideful attitude of, oh, I would have pushed through that. If I was going through what you're going through, I'd push through it. And the same people telling me that for the last 4 years would openly admit or have experienced me whipping their ass. Pardon my language, but whipping them, early on before I had my health problems. What's up, Cole? How is Cole doing? Welcome with the Mechanic thumbs up. Let's go. Love seeing people use that. I got to get my emojis fixed up sometime. I got an artist from another streamer, like a real artist, that one of these days when the channel grows, I'll be able to actually pay for GIFs, whatever you call them. Like there'll be Mechanic GIFs as emotes. It'll be fun. I have a disabled card tag and they look at me funny. I have good days and horrible days. Yep. But that's my thing is back before I got the spinal injury and all that stuff, the same people who were sitting there telling me to basically toughen up for 4 years, and I don't mean this hatefully, but a lot of them were sitting there telling me oh, well, I might not be able to beat you in a fight, but I'll try if I have to, blah, 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 blah. And other people are sitting there, and some of them are in the gym with me, and I was sitting there laying it down on them, early on, not forever. But, and then as I got more unhealthy and quit fighting, people started acting like I was a wussy, basically. And I'm like, y'all only act like that. Now, I'm not talking about all people. I'm talking about some people. And if anybody ever saw this and you think, and you're pissed off that I said that about you, well, then, I didn't mention any names. So if you did it, you're the problem. But I love them all anyway. It's just the level of respect that I lost as soon as I wasn't able to beat somebody in a fight. The level of respect that I lost, was crazy. And for a while there, it wasn't like that. It got to the point where I could only train like once a week or once every other week, or it became so painful and hard to do. I'd come in once in a while. At one point, I went in after months of not training in the gym at all, not sparring at all. And I was doing just as good, winning or hold my own just as much, depending on the round. And coach, divulged to me later. He was like, yeah, they asked me how you're still getting better, even though you haven't been training. And he came up with an answer that made sense, right? He was like, well, when you quit doing something, your brain gets time to catch up, He's like, you ever notice if you're working hard at something, if you take a few days off and come back to it, you're a little better. I'm like, yeah, but I've been not training for like months. It's like, wasn't trying, y'all. Wasn't fucking trying. What do you think it was? I'm not getting better after 2 months of not trying. We're all staying the same. All right. Anyway, it's like we're all the same. We're in the same place we were. That's why nothing's progressing. But it's like, what you mean? And I knew that they act that because when I'd walk in after a month or two not being there, they'd act all kind of like, what I'm talking about. I'm not putting no words to it. And then all of a sudden, it wouldn't go quite the way it was expected. And then, and then it would, and after a long enough time, I did start getting my butt, not handed to me, but it wasn't no winning. And then it wasn't no close calls. It was, okay, now I'm struggling to make it look like a close match, and that's nowadays, if I walked in there, I'd get demolished. I'd absolutely get demolished. But that's why I have such low tolerance for disrespect nowadays. Really, a lot of it is because I've always been a respectful person to others before I knew how to handle myself, after I learned how to handle myself. And now that I can't handle myself again, I still am pretty darn respectful to people. So my tolerance has been paired with that insecurity of being up here. Now I'm back down to here. Anybody lying about not having no insecurities, man, I tell you what, you're definitely secure. Definitely the most secure person I ever met. That man or woman with no insecurities, right? That's for sure. I tell you what, I used to joke, guys. I used to joke quite a bit because and I'm not saying I'm some, all that or not all that, but like my insecurities growing up, it was funny. You could laugh at some of the stories, of some of the words I said, or some of the ways I acted growing up, just being a super insecure person. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's funny how it happens. Have plenty, but usually don't show them. Right. All right, guys, let's see here. They're not here no more. We're going to have to change the time back and get to shooting them again. I got to get these guys down here dead. I need them dead. All right, so we're going to go to this one. We're going to very, very, very carefully approach. We're actually, I tell you what, we're actually going, this is going to sound maybe a little extra. We're going to go down here to this southwest outpost, ATV our way down directly south of this drinking zone, right? So I'm going to go straight down this way, and I'm going to ATV my way right here because we got that west wind. And for 99.9% of this grind, for whatever reason on Cuatro, it is almost always a west wind for me. So we're going to change the time. Yep. Thank you, Naya. Because I would have forgot. I say yep because I'm like, yep, don't forget, yep. Sometimes I say yep because I already was thinking of it. Sometimes I say yep like, oh yeah, you know. But anyway, 16 or 15. Sorry, we're gonna go 15. We're gonna go 1545. We got the price finally back down on the time reset. I was logging out right after purchasing time resets way too much when I could have just been hanging out off the stream a little bit, just signed in, just dropping that time back down. I'm sitting here collecting words. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, Naya. Don't you dare. I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to go straight here. I'm hoping that's going to be south enough. I'll be honest with you. We're going to go straight here, first of all. And then after that, I'm going to measure how close we are to the roe deer up north of that waypoint right there. Don't you dare. You better save them up and make it a good one. Spend like 10 of them, like another $30,000 purchase and make me hate my life for 2 hours. All right. Oh, I will. I tell you what. All right, let's see here. Guys, when is the next Call of the Wild? Are y'all going to hunt with me on the next Call of the Wild event? You ain't got to. You ain't got to, but I'm hoping, man. Every month I meet some new people on Call of the Wild, and every time we do that monthly event, I get like 1 to 2 people competing. I'm like, God dang, you're going to get a $25 gift card by sitting there just like that. It is fun, honestly. It is a very, oh no, that's not good. It is a very fun thing. I joke about it being miserable, but it don't make me miserable. I think it's way better than, you know, most other channel point redemptions. And if you want to know the true definition of misery, ask any streamer, is when people are not spending points and are not chatting. That's when you're really miserable as a streamer. I tell you what. I was watching to see how the hunt went. Speaking of hunt, we're going to be playing Hunt Showdown sometime again soon, but we got every day of the week almost booked up for playing something. And we just got Hell Let Loose Vietnam. That's an entirely different thing, that's for sure. 318. I'm just going to start hoofing it from here. I'm not going to drive right up to 200. I'll run right up to 200. The only thing I'm making this long of an out-of-the-way trip about it for is I want to confirm these spots that I don't see as often as others as already herd managed at any point in time with as little as I've been tracking my pairs and as like overlapped as a lot of these pairs and solos have been. I don't know when a respawn is going to occur in a spot that I don't quite expect because I accidentally had some pair half dead, half alive. You know, I got somebody's girlfriend in the grave and some dude who's yet to be shot or vice versa. And I know by now at 1545, and by the time we got over here being 16 even, I know by now there's got to be roe deer in this area, or there should be roe deer in this area. but it ain't really working out the way I wanted to. By George, somebody write them a strong worded letter. Give us more tents for the people bad at the game. Give us more tents for the people bad at the game, please. So I could use them. All right, let's see here. See, that drinking zone's way out there. I'm not seeing nothing as far as tracks, as far as deer, as far as... Oh, there we go. There we go. I don't know how we got that lucky. I'm going to spray down my last spray for it just because I got enough time to shoot hopefully more than one. But my hope is that, you know, she's got a level 2 boyfriend or a level 1 boyfriend, either way that I see something. If I see her by herself, I'll dang near just shoot her just to force a respawn. Because if she's a solo, she'll respawn and not hop. More than likely. She won't hop to here. That's for sure. And so then if she don't hop, or even if she does, it won't be detrimental to the lake. And then if she does got a boyfriend, he'll respawn and I'll get him back on the map. So we're definitely going to get her killed. Definitely going to get her killed one way or another. Let's see here. Polymer tip. Yep, might as well. She's a jolly good feller. Well, she's a folly good jeller. Well, she's a folly good jeller. 4 more attempts per map would be great, and to be able to place 2 more feeders. That's right. That's freaking right. I have barely used the feeders. I've been playing this game for years and did not know the feeders were out. I didn't know the feeders were out until about 3 months ago, and I bought some. 3 or 4 months ago, and I bought some. I don't know if I shoot right there if that's going to hit that wood or not, because the rendering of the trees is sometimes off a little bit. You see the edge of the tree right there on the right? Sometimes the real edge of it will be right there where her leg is. Like it'll be different, practically speaking, than what it looks like. But I would love to put a cheap little bullet in her. I'd love to put just a cheap little bullet right there in her. You think we should just go for a quick headshot? That's a yes. Well, we'll get her done. They work great on boar. I'd say we landed it despite the tree or not. Oh, we got some more Iberian wolves. First Iberian wolf. Check it, guys. If you ever get bored and want to see some mildly entertaining but not that great content, go ahead and Google Mechanic on any platform you want. The only place we're really not on is X. We have a profile there, but there's so much bad stuff on that freaking website. And so I chose to remove the temptation from my life because there's a lot of bad crap on that website. It's a bad website. Jaw and brain, skull, jaw and brain. To be completely specific, flesh, skull, jaw and brain from 86.54 meters. And that, by George, counts as a past harvest check because they don't have a trophy organ, and the brain counts as a vital. Learn something new every day. All right, 705 on the cash and a 150. Let me tell you, I'll take it. He gonna live. He gonna live one way or another. And that gal down there is hopefully gonna die. But then again, I don't really know that I want to take too many shots at too many girls. Because I don't want some sort of weird flop happening. We did kill some dudes over here recently, and I think at least one of them was a solo. So we already have kind of a chance that we don't want to take of them switching, and I'm not really super pumped about that. But if we kill level 2 dudes off of here and they stick the same, they might respawn as level 3s eventually, and we'll kind of herd manage that way. And if we kill level 2 dudes off of everywhere here with their girlfriends, then even if they swap, we swap to level 2 for level 2, which is not great if the higher one goes over here. It's not great. But if we keep doing that, eventually we're going to get lower spawns here and higher spawns here, because the more we get some 3s and high 2s over here, the more we're going to get 1s and low 2s everywhere else. So let's go ahead and pop right on over Honda and try out our latest tripod placement. She's a chick, so she didn't get to go up on the scoreboard, but I'm assuming we're somewhere near 70 in actuality. I'm kidding. That number goes up every time I say it. Y'all give me just like 30 seconds. I'm walking to my freezer. I can see it from here. I got to grab some ice from my neck, and Camo Mecca is going to let you know just in case anybody hops in. BRB. All right, by George, we're back. Thank you, Camo Mucka, for taking Mucka. Thank you, Camo Mucka, Mocha, Mocha Frappe, Soy Boy Frap something. All right. Thank you, Camo Mecca. I do like iced coffee. I'm sorry. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I am not too tough to admit. I'll punch a man in the face. I'll get punched in the face, and I'll go enjoy me a freaking mopa something or other. Have my wife order it for me. They taste good. I'm just kidding. I like to get cartons of iced coffee from Walmart. I like to get cartons of iced coffee from Walmart because I like caffeine and it helps me function. It really does. Of course it does, right? But I don't want to have to brew it every morning because my wife will brew a pot as soon as she gets up way ahead of me, and then it'll be darker than, the freaking Batman. Batman's costume. I don't know. It'll be darker and I don't even know what by the time I get to it. And I'll drink black coffee if I'm fasting or if I'm just trying to get some steam in my nose, help me breathe a little bit, or just get pure caffeine. But with my health conditions, too much caffeine is actually kind of bad for you. So I get iced coffee. Yeah. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Still Butamus. Still Butamus, just getting to see something. Now, I will say the difficulty on some animals in this game is completely off, even on the Call of the Wild companion app. Even on that, without a doubt. Which, speaking of which, I'm trying to find my phone so I can look up rare fur types. But anyway, if y'all see a rare fur type, immediately have your spider sense go off, your Call of the Wild spider sense go off, and realize this guy doesn't know him. I've almost thrown away multiple rare fur types before somebody told me, hey, it's rare. That's actually what the post was. I was just blabbing about a post a little while ago. If you Google it, I can't tell y'all where because y'all just enjoy mechanic anywhere you want. I'm not going to be able to promote any certain place, but my first ever Iberian wolf ever was a melanistic. It was a gold melanistic, and that's a pretty good trophy, right? And as the first Iberian wolf I ever walked up on, ever in this game, because we were ending a stream on it, and I discovered the resting zone for him, but I'd never shot one yet. So since I'd spent the whole time scouting, I wanted to end the stream on a high note, take out a wolf real quick because we were scouting for the roe deer grind. And so we walk up on him, and I see him. I don't recognize rows: albino, mela, piebald, and leucistic. Okay, so they're all just about darkness and not dark. What is leucistic, though? Albino is really light. Mela's really dark. Piebald's multicolored. And then leucistic, though, I've never really gotten my hand on leucistic. That guy's got to go. That guy has got to go. We're going to get up to about 150 from him and take him out real quick. If we got time. We got time. We're going to get up to about 150 and take him out. We got spray. We got time. We're good. Whitish. Okay, so it's not albino, but it is light. You'll be able to tell the difference between it and this right here. Obviously, I'm guessing. Let's get. Jeez, Naya. I'm joking. I do that to my youngest all the time. I'll burp or fart and then say, golly! And, I call her Mini Mecha on stream just because. Going to be using the hollow point. If I get a nice broadside shot and it's nice and easy, I'll take it. I ain't going to sit there and fuss about it. I'll gladly take a nice broadside shot. It's just a cheaper bullet. It's not about the organs for me as much as it is the bullet, but that Maradi will put him down. I could hit just about any part of him and put him down that way. Hopefully that didn't spook everything beyond them, but it could have. I'll penny pinch in this process, guys, because I'm trying to come up with $512,000 more by the time I get done with this for at least one more map. Speaking of which, I was looking up a video. I was looking up lots of videos off stream about this, like I do in between Call of the Wild Wednesdays, right? I should have. God dang it, you're so freaking right. Oh my gosh, I should have shot her too. I was more concerned. So we got to remember this one right here. This little where the tripod is. I got to kill that when we reset the time. I got to kill that chick. I keep thinking I'm going to remember and come back and kill her ethically later, right? Like I'm going to pass the check on her later. Which I'm gonna have to start writing down which one I got to shoot if I'm going to do that. I'm gonna get a whiteboard. Tell you what, I'm gonna get a whiteboard. Or like a laminated copy. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a laminated copy of this freaking map. I'm gonna divide it into sectors, print off 4 pages of it, laminate all 4 of them, and have a map here with a Sharpie on stream or something. Yeah, she's gonna have to die. Why in the world? Okay, they're both running off. I'm fine with that. I think that's his girlfriend more than that one. Oh yeah, those two are a pair. We're gonna have to use the Arzina on those, which is fine because we got the freaking stand right here to take care of the pressure for us. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna probably have to do it. I'll be completely honest. Let me get an estimate on the distance between those two, not the close one, but the far ones. And I don't know that the tree's gonna interfere or not. But if I can, I'll take out all 3. I'll be completely honest. Definitely 150. Nowhere in the ballpark of 300. But anyway, let's get these. Oh, there's multiple girls right next to him. There's 2 girls right there on top of each other. Can I shoot through one? You think we can shoot through a whole deer into a second deer because it's a class 3 and we're using a class 9 weapon? We're going to shoot the animals. We're going to shoot the animals. We're going to shoot the chicks first. I don't know this is going to work the way I want it to, but we're going to try. Is it even possible? I just got to make sure I don't hit that branch, but I got to hit forward enough on her to blow through the front of her lung, which means I got to shoot this gap. You see that little V in the branch right there? Right there? I got to shoot that, hit her in the front of her lung, and then hit her girlfriend behind her. And hopefully that was exactly what we... God dang it. God dang it. Oh, no. Die, dude. Die. Did I get him? Oh, I did. We got him. All right. That's good. Good deal. Okay, she's dead. He's dead. I don't know who else is dead, but they're dead. All right, let's see here. No pressure, thanks to the freaking awesomeness of finally having a tripod over here. Do you think maybe they stuck around on the... Let's get this taken care of. They're just tired of living. Now they need some help with it. All right, let me get y'all fixed up just the way you want. All right. Yep, you gonna die. You gonna die, good sir. You gonna die. You're definitely close to 300, between 260 360. All right, so he did. And for fun. No, I'm out of bullets. So that was, hold on, that was our third one to the right, because the one we shot right in front of me, that was 41. The one down the way to the east of us was 42. That was 43. So boom, boom, boom. Oh, you gonna die, a little biscuit. You gonna die, a little biscuit. Oh, you gonna die for sure. You shouldn't have sat still. You shouldn't have shat still. Shat still? You shouldn't have shat still. You died. You gonna die. All right, we got 3 across the way and 2 down this way. Let's go get ourselves at least about $500 average a piece, even for bad shots. So that's going to be at least $2,500, including the one we just picked up. So it'd be at least $3,000, and the total amount of shots we shot was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll say like 8. So we profited like 2,200-ish. We profited like 2,200-ish right there off of those ones. So that's nice. That's real nice. All right, we're up to 43 on them. Let's go get her, that dude. Oh man, we might have 3 on this side. I gotta get Hank the cow dog back out of the kennel to come help me track him faster. At this rate, we're gonna need him. Not that we should, but he might just make it worth it. I think that's the dude, isn't it? Nope. Okay, so we do have a third one. Okay, so we killed 3 here, 3 there, and 1 there. We killed 7. So that's going to add up. So we profited at least $2,700 if we find all the bodies. Have dog double check. That's right. That's right. I love having a tracker dog for that reason. It's not like you can't find it on your own if you spend the time, but it slows you down. It'll definitely slow you down. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I keep forgetting to get them out every time I go to a tent, but I'm going to remember now. I'm going to remember now for sure. The killing's picking up, though. We're picking up a little bit, slowly but surely. Getting a little faster at it. Yeah, we got some... Oh, God. Come on, dude. You're going to float forever. Let's go get his girlfriends. By the time we slowly walk back around the lake, he'll be halfway done floating. I tell you what, he's going to float a minute. Could have just stayed right over yonder. Could have just stayed right over yonder, and I would have been fine with it. Tell you what. We got a dead body in front of us up here. Man, you guys ever have a Dr. Pepper freeze? It's just Dr. Pepper blended. It's basically a Dr. Pepper float, but you blend it together into a smoothie. I could have sworn that was a dead body. I'm not seeing nothing. We got 2 chicks and a dude over here. Oh, man, they were solos. Ooh, they were solos. I'm hoping to shoot them down. Shoot the good ones off the bad lakes and the bad ones off the good lake, and then just rinse and repeat until you get it where you want. One way or another, that equation works out eventually. Just might take extra steps. God dang, we're going to have to go get Hank just for one of these deer. We know the dude is floating. You can tell I play shooters. I feel like if I jump enough, it's going to speed me up a little bit. Or I'm going to get shot at if I don't. Oh, God, they're looking at me. Oh, zigzag. Duck, dive, dip, dodge, and duck. All right, let's get some bodies. This is why you should keep a tent on you. Yeah, I don't got room for that. I don't see how people make enough room for a whole tent unless I just get like a backpack. If I got a whole backpack and put up the Fox Pro, we could carry a tent. But I use every one of my guns. I use every one of them. 22 for checking pairs. Marati for ethical kills. 243 if I'm close enough to save the money. And Arzina. Good old Arzina. For just shooting them in the toenail and making them die anyway. But then again, you know, that is a lot. I could probably put up the 243 because at this point the 243 is so garbage at range, even for the right type of animal. You're freaking asking for it, sir. It's so garbage at range that really, if I get close enough to use it, I have the Marati. If I'm being completely honest. My favorite part about the 243 is if I get a nice broadside shot and I feel like using it. If I'm right at like 75 or 150, I'll use a hollow point, which is a free bullet, and that might save you all of $10 or $20, something like that. But by George, I'll do it. Where is the other body? There should be another body around here somewhere. That every rock looks like a dead roe deer at some point. We gonna have to go get Hank, y'all. We gonna have to go get Hank. You can use a backpack. Really doesn't matter now. They made it so you can't. Really? They did that? Really? Did they really do that? Holy cow. You can see how up-to-date I stay with everything. I play too many games to keep up with all of them. You're kidding me. They made it where you can use backpacks now. You are freaking kidding me, Naya. That was the talk of the town whenever I was looking into backpacks. It was like, don't put one on. Don't do it. That was the attitude of absolutely every... Pooch has a backpack? You got a big one or a small one? Medium? You got a fanny pack, regular one, or a huge one? I want big or nothing. I go big or go home. I want a huge one. That's insane. Well, good, for crying out loud. I wear a big one, can run up to 150 meters. Really? Good God, man. See, that's how little I keep up to date with everything. But like, I have so many things as a variety channel, and this is probably sounds stuck up. I'm not famous enough for this to be a problem, but I'm trying to treat this like a job, right? So I try to keep up with a lot of stuff. And y'all, this is a channel where, you know, let me see if I can show you. I have actual written down to-do lists, and I have ripped off pages of them lying around, and I can't find the ripped off pages. So I wrote down all my to-dos and then lost the pages that say what to do on them. But I have quite literally multiple. Usually these are all filled up because there's full pages of these lying around somewhere with things for me to do. But usually this is all blacked out right here and things to do for the stream because I'm learning like computer science to a degree in the process of learning how to do all this. It's insane. The more you know. That's crazy. Yeah, back whenever I was looking into it, the consensus was complete and total no. Don't ever, ever, ever carry a backpack. Wow. Wow. That's insane. That just about make it worth it. That just about make it worth it to always have one spare tent and one spare tripod. You could place a tripod at 300. It won't spook them. Before I even forget anything else, we're getting Hank out. Hopefully he ain't too... How's that dude always down to not happy when I put him in the kennel happy? It's not like he's in a kennel. That's insane. That's insane. All right, so the store, we're going to look at clothing, backpacks. Let's see what we're looking at here. You're telling me that these big old backpacks that carry additional carrying capacity of 9 pounds. You're telling me those suckers are now wearable without spooking the animals. That's crazy. That's crazy. 9 extra pounds. That's insane. Don't matter now. Are you sure it don't matter at all? It says the visibility is like increased, but you know, I mean, I believe you though, if Pooch is wearing one. That's crazy. I would hope not. I mean, it might increase your sound. If anything, I'd say it does increase your sound and visibility a little bit in real life, but not, I don't know. In real life, you're not walking around all the time. You're freaking setting up a spot ahead of time. Like 99.9% of real hunting is like, I don't care who you are. If you're stalking all your hunting all the time, I think you're doing something wrong. When it comes to the realistic approach to it. Even if you've gotten to be such a like in touch with nature person that you can even succeed that way, I still think it'd be better. Warn it for all his grinds. That's insane. You know what I'd do to carry my bow with me at only 4 pounds? That'd still give me, if I put up the Fox Pro, that clears up 4 pounds. I could replace that with a bow by itself. All right. Get a 9 pound backpack. I'm probably going to buy a big one when I get some money. We're going to drive him. We're going to drive the AT over there. He can follow us, and he's going to sniff out the blood and get us that. He a good boy. He a good boy. No, I want Jade. There we go. That's crazy. Yeah, everybody back in the day was like, don't ever wear a backpack. And it got to the point where nobody would wear one. Nobody would. I say nobody. The only people who would wear one are people really, really, really bad at the game. They're like, why can't I see nothing? I don't ever even see any animals. Like, are you running around with a freaking backpack on looking for a Bengal tiger? There you go. Come on, Hank. Teleport. Oh, well. By George, that'll do it. That'll do it. One way or another, that'll do it. Guarantee it's right up this way. They didn't make it far. That's his body up there. She made it a lot further than her brethren and her sisterin. Anyway, $400 or $500 right there. Yep, $497. So you can average 500 because I've seen some pay into the 600s on a failed harvest check, and some of them pay. The lowest I've seen is almost 500. So you can average 500. If you kill 5 of them, you made $2,500. Subtract $100 for your bullet. There you go, $2,000. All right, y'all. Let's see what we're gonna do, right, y'all. What are we gonna do, right, y'all? I guess we're gonna pop down over here, but really, my biggest interest in this over here. We still got that west wind, like always. My biggest interest in this over here is gonna be. I'm gonna go to this tent first and change the time. Actually, double check. No blood witching. 100 foot within 100 foot. My bad. No, I'm pretty sure. I counted as a shot him. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure on that one because we shot 3 exactly on that side. That was my third one I found on it. But that's a good freaking idea. Thank you, Naya. I appreciate your advice. Really, I tried to pop on your stream. To watch you too a few times. And earlier today I did, and it took me straight to someone else's stream, I guess because they're a suggested channel or something like that. I didn't know you could do that. I had no idea you could even do that. Well, let's see here. 15, we'll say 15:45. I had no idea you could do that. And that's how I actually saw Pooch's stream go live because I wasn't following before that. It took me straight to him. Trivial. I am going to shoot the chicks off of this lake one way or another. One way or another. Do you guys know of a class 3 rifle better than the 243 as far as putting them down from 300 out? Because the 243, you can get a polymer tip, hit them, and it still won't put them down if you're at 300, 330, right? Like if you're far enough out, it won't do it. So it makes me wonder, like you can't use a 308 because that's class 4. I'm talking about like past the harvest check. I'm thinking about taking her out. That's a him. Never mind. That's a him. So that group, this pond, this lake is looking great, guys. This lake is looking great. Oh, yeah. Always have shout out at done or SO at done to watch when I'm not. Someone to watch when I'm. Gotcha. Well, I didn't even know it could give notifications for that. I've seen your notifications at like 7 a.m., but anytime I'm up at 7 a.m., I'm running behind to get to a doctor's appointment or something. Let's see here. Trivial. I'll tell you what, we're going to take her out. We're definitely going to take her out for sure. So we'll side in for 300. Make sure we got a soft point on that one. Won't be on tomorrow. Pray my appointment goes how I want. I'll be praying. Are they really fleeing from one shot? You're lucky you're all level 2s. Oh, you're going to die. I hope we got her on that one. I don't know that we did. We didn't. We got her on that one, I think. Nope, maybe not. Oh, God dang it. Shoot between the trees. We got her all between the trees. We got her between the trees. Look at that. I'll take it. That was close to a 300-meter shot in between the trees on the run. I'll take that. Shoot them on the run. Let's go. All right, let's go. We're going to go pick up that chick and then go look for her girlfriend. Let's go, Hank. That one's right by a tent, I think. Yep. Let's go. Yeah, honestly, I love the tension control. It helps me a lot with my accuracy and recoil control and stuff like that on shooters with the freaking amazing Elite Core Series 2 controller. But as everybody freaking knows, that gun, let me tell you, that controller has stick drift out the box every single freaking time. They use some sort of outdated piece of hardware for the joysticks, and they try to make it adjustable, which then makes it where it has stick drift when you buy it. It's a $200 controller. So it's really good for fast shooting. It's not really good for long distance. Mouse and keyboard. That's always the superior way to aim is mouse. Mouse has always been. That's why the Azeron came out, and it offered controller left-hand movement and freaking mouse. Right-hand aim is just superior. All right, about where? We're just going to take him over here because he could help sniff it out from a distance. We're going to walk in the general direction we think she went and have him check. Well, you get to freaking lit. Your girlfriend don't. You better run. You better run! All right. It's amazing how they spawned right next to me like that, because they were gone just a second ago. I could have sworn, unless I'm thinking of a different spot. Do we still have that level 3? There's supposed to be a level 3 around here somewhere, and I don't see him anymore. I haven't seen him in a minute. I don't think I shot him. I sure hope I didn't. But I haven't seen the level 3 in a fat minute. All right. Hank, track some blood if you can find it. I don't think we're close enough to it, but... Oh, tracking blood, we are close enough. Okay, just close enough. Because she was from a totally different group, just ran this way after we shot her. How many guys was that? Did we shoot any guys right there? We didn't shoot any guys right there, did we? We still at 43? I have no idea at this point. I was a good boy. I was a good boy. 400? I've never seen one pay 400. That's wild. Okay. So you can make 600 plus on a failed harvest. You can make 600 plus on a failed harvest check, and you can make as little as under 400. That's a big range. That's a big range of pay. Because I broke, I think on a really, really, really good one, I think I got close or barely broke 600 one time. All right, let's pop over somewhere else. Let's get back up here and run south a little bit. Sometimes I think they respawn when you do that. Yeah, they definitely have respawned since we've traveled, that's for sure. Level 2 fleeing right there. Level 2 right there. Is that the level 3? Nope. Well, she gonna have to die. Obviously, she gonna have to die. Have to make sure we don't screw up one of them in the process. Here we go. Right in the keister. Now, that's going to create some pressure that I don't really want, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah. It's going to be high, but it's not going to be enough. Did you get them from the second spot you shot? I didn't shoot a second spot on heat. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. You're right. You're right. No, the first one I shot was down north, and then I turned and shot that lady long way south, and I went north first and picked him up. Oh, no way. I feel like it doubled up. Did I shoot 2 of them by accident? Did it go through one to the other? No, wait, that's not going to get rid of my drink zone, but still, it changed, and it went from gray to slightly purple with, like, high-ish pressure here and mid-pressure here, and then it freaking went to dead zone, which means I clipped one of the boys on accident. Oh, my God, I clipped one of the boys on accident. That was a dude I didn't want to shoot. I mean, I'll freaking mark it up to 44 when we find him, but still, I didn't want to shoot that guy. Really didn't want to shoot that guy. Tracking blood. Come on, Hank. Show me the way to the dir. Show me the way to the dir. I hope I know I shot one of those guys by accident, but I didn't want to. Had to, because it increased pressure twice. Which tells me we had, but there's no way. Oh, my goodness. Yep, they're both right next to each other. We shot through one to the other. God dang it. All right. And it's one of the dudes, isn't it? Yep, sure enough. God dang. He was a silver, so that's not too bad. But we shot through the first chick to him or something, or just one of the shots clipped him in the booty, but well, dead zone by accident. But hey, we'll take it. 537 on that guy. I knew that wasn't enough to create a dead zone until I saw it increase a second time. All right, let's go to another lake then. We're going to have to do that. We got a really west wind like always, so we're going to pop over here real quick and see what we can see on this lake. Nope. I'm pretty darn sure on that. I knew I shot close to one of the boys, but there wasn't a third one. There was a third one, but the pressure didn't increase from a third one, I'm pretty sure. It bugs me. It really bugs me. I mean, it's good to an extent, kind of, but I don't like creating them. The pressure is what bugs me more than killing the animal. I really really don't prefer to create that much pressure. I'm gonna have to wait freaking 3 business days to go hunt down that exact spot again. It's dang near a dead zone the way it is. All right, what do we got right here? The closest zone is gonna be somewhere around Rockchaw. It's gonna be okay. They're all still gonna be here. Every single one of them still gonna be here, which is good. It's good news, but. It'll decrease. I hope so. Freaking hope so. We got a lot of zones right here that are not within what I think would be. It's 125 from there, and it's 158. That's close to 270 something, close to the spook zone, but I don't think that's close enough because this is almost 200 out. So what I don't know is why I'm not seeing roe deer down here already. They're within rendering distance. They're well within rendering distance, and they haven't rendered in yet. I've seen some YouTube videos talking about how when that happens, you just need to pop into another tent or tripod or something. It'll make them show up. I don't have any right now. I might build that stand down there. Does building a stand, does getting inside of a structure that you built instead of one that you placed, does that also decrease? Y'all are gonna drive me crazy. Them wolves are mermaids. They'll come out of the water. It does. I hope it does. I hope it decreases. I know it does. Good deal. Good deal. I'm gonna build that then. I'm gonna build that, and because there's nothing I can see when I hop in it, I'm hoping that won't just help with pressure, but it'll help with like rendering some animals. Because right now we are surrounded by zones that are roe deer zones. We're at 1627. Their strength zone doesn't end until 1700. And by George, okay, where's your freaking? If I build it, is it gonna spook her just for building it? We're gonna find out. Nope. All right. All right, let's get her DED dead. Let's get her taken care of real quick. Because oh man, all right. Polymer tip? Yep, she's about, shoot a little high for 75. Side in for 75, shoot a little high, and a polymer should take her out, no problem. Hold on. Girlfriend's back there. All right. I really shouldn't shoot her at all, honestly. She's not. I shouldn't shoot her just because she yelled at me. That's kind of the temptation for me is if they holler at me, I'll freaking shoot them just because they hollered at me. But they are right where I want them. I do not want them to swap with one of those solo males. Hate green spots. These are all females. I'm not going to shoot any of them because that's going to help with my herd management. If I shoot a bunch of solo males or whatever on another, some of them are solo males. If not, I killed his girlfriend anyway. So I'm running a chance of swapping a pair at the lake I want with a solo female that I don't want there, and I'm not going to do that. Every single deer here so far is a female. We've spotted at least six or seven already, just from the zones we can see, not including the ones that we can't see. Female. Hey, there's a zone. Let's go. Let's freaking go, guys. I'll take it. By George, I'll take it. That's the first zone we've discovered since we've been struggling to figure out where the missing ones were. That's definitely a respawn, by the way. I've checked all the way over there 15 times. It's 1,000% a respawn, but I'll take it. It's a solo female. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the left. And included the ones I can't actually see yet. I guarantee you there's more. So that's at least 6 solo females at this lake. I don't want to touch this lake. I don't want to touch this lake, honestly. Unless I see a level 2 dude here, we're not coming back. Tell you what. There's a 7th because there's 2 girls on the left instead of 1 now. Well, you can get ticked and run. I don't really care. You ain't got your boyfriend with you, so you can just run off and live. Yeah, absolute total female lake. I'm loving that. And one of them was a newly discovered zone that we've checked 1,000 times. That tells me that we did get a hopper. Something hopped from here to here because we ain't shot nothing up here yet or here or anything in this area at all. So something hopped. One of the solo females in the main lake hopped up here, and that's perfectly what I want. Because if these are all solo females, when a dude does spawn up here, I could just shoot him by himself and he'll respawn again, hopefully hop back. This is going perfect, guys. This is going absolutely perfect. This lake is just... There's 3 over here. That puts us up to 8 because we were at 6 with the solo over here. Then these 2 make 7 and 8 and 9. So this is quite literally 9 females, all solos so far from what we've seen. From what we've seen, we got 9 solo females up here at the lake, right above the one lake. And that means we got a lot of switcheroos. I think. I think we got several of them. Now, we do have that dude up there that's got to die. He's absolutely got to go. And that's good that we found him. I'm wondering where his girlfriend is. That might be his girlfriend up there. She says she's drinking. That's a ways out, but it cuts back that way. Yep, sure does. So, by golly, we got at least 10 females and 1 male, if not 11 females and 1 male. And that works out perfectly fine for me. I'm not too worried about it. But we are going to have to make sure we shoot. Oh, there's another dude right there. God dang it. We didn't even see him. We do got some guys we got to shoot up here. They're mostly on this south side, south half of it. God dang, if I could talk. Let's get down here towards this guy where we can at least see him. Pop off at his girlfriend first and then him with the Arzina. Maybe, but we don't have a stand down here either, so, you know. That's a level 1 trivial. He gets to live. He gets to stay right there, but where's his bro? Where's his buddy? Yeah, you can run if you don't run into me. If you run into me, I'm going to kill you just for the love of the game. So he's fine where he's at. Hold on. Other side of that bush had something I want to see. If I can still see it, it was running down. I know for sure I saw it. I can't tell if it was fleeing or not, though. This is a lake that I'm going to have to be slightly more strategic about than the other ones. Because I'm not looking to just shoot a bunch of females and males and kind of just hope to get what I want out of it quite as freely. I'm going to be much more considerate. Yeah, that's not the male we were looking for earlier, though. We had a male over here earlier that was level 2, headed this way. And we spooked one closer to us, very close and left of us. And I don't think that was the same guy unless he kept traveling toward us and we never saw it. That doesn't look like that's the case. Looks like he's over here. Yep. All right. So colonoscopy it is. He gets a nice colonoscopy unless he gives us another broadside shot. He's looking like he's going to give us that broadside shot. And he's the only one that's got to go, but his girlfriend's got to go. His girlfriend's got to go. We're actually going to do flat nose hard cast because we're going to take quick shots at him and his girlfriend. We'll get less pressure out of it that way and hopefully be able to put them both down just like with the Arzina. But we have to try and figure out which one is his gal pal. And I think I can see pretty clearly which one is his gal pal. But that's a level 2. That's a level 1. Okay. That's our guy right there. That's our guy right there. God dang it. Should have shot his girlfriend first, but I couldn't tell. I was going to try and shoot her second. Should have shot her first. All right. Well, oh well, 45. We got a lot of killing to do right here, guys. We got a lot of killing to do right here, and we're gonna have to go build that structure is what it's gonna boil down to. We're gonna have to build that structure right behind them. Probably place the Fox Pro down and come here quite a bit. $700 ain't too disagreeable though. This is definitely gonna be something we take advantage of. If I can get down to this, place a Fox Pro within 200 meters of them, I'll be able to definitely take them all out. I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I want that many females respawning. I want to figure out which one was his girlfriend, but it's a little bit late for that. So it kind of does boil down to just killing the whole lot, which I shouldn't do. God dang, I should have shot the girl first. I should have shot his girlfriend. That right there was a perfect example, y'all, of when to shoot him with a 22. She would have lived. Then I could have killed him right there and then came back and found which one was missing some health and shot her after. That was a perfect example of when to figure out who to kill, and I didn't do it. All right, let's see here. You learn, you live, and you learn. This one's a tall one. That'll work. See, a tripod right here might not be too bad of a spot, but I'll probably just drive up this or probably just do that right there. Something like that. After I know they're there. So, I'll tell you what. Honestly, probably gonna put the call down, put it at about 75, and call them all in and just obliterate them. I mean, obliterate them. It's 45 out, so 30 more meters. 56, 70. Put it right at 75, like right exactly where I'm at. Put it a little bit more upwind, maybe something like that. Make sure I can see them still. That should be fine. That should be perfectly fine right there. I'm going to go down this way. I'm going to reset the time. I'm going to come back up and take care of that before I forget where it is. The one I killed. I thought I just picked up the one I killed. The dude. I thought I did. I just got it. He's gold. He paid me like $700. Oh, no. No, yeah, I thought that was the only guy I killed. Nate, you got me wondering. Yeah, I picked up the dude. Yeah. He was a gold level 2, paid $697. But, that was the dude I shot. That's the dude I shot without his freaking girlfriend. I should have shot his girlfriend that 22. Tell you what, $1,000 is getting expensive, y'all. It's getting expensive. We're gonna set it for $15.45, just cause it is getting pricey though, isn't it? Isn't it? All right, we're gonna drive up north. I'm not gonna worry about nothing down here yet because I'm not shooting nothing in this area until I give them some time to respawn. All right. But we are going to drive up north, and we're going to go specifically, I'm going to mark this a little short of it. We're going to go up there. Dang near 2 kilometers away, but I don't want to pinwheel around from right here, spook all of them as they're coming to the drink zone. I'd rather follow up behind them, right chaw, and get into that zone, call them in, and call it good. House costs more than tents most of the time. Oh, reset the time and whatnot? Oh, God, yeah. I bet. Like the total cost of it when you're done, I could imagine. I've been doing pretty good at letting it reset itself by just like staying logged in and, you know, waiting to log out for at least a while, let it get down to the bottom dollar. But when you get faster at it, it don't reset like it was. Before I wouldn't have to spend too much money because I was so god dang slow. I mean, I was slow that it would reset itself by the time I got done with that one hunt. I'd pay for it to reset, take all god dang day to kill 2 of them, then scout all the drink zones again. What did we get here, though? I knew we got something beside the road here because they don't spawn on this side, but... Oh, man. If you go to a tent, it's cheaper most times. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, like time resetting at a tent is cheaper. That's good to know. I didn't know that was a thing at all. I didn't know that was a thing whatso freaking ever. Got a big old set of turds right there, and a big old set of turds right there, and I haven't been using the Fox Pro enough, but let me tell you, that's why I suggest the high-tech pack and the Ambusher together, is because if you get the Mirati with the night vision scope and a Fox Pro, and you got the daytime scopes already and stuff like that, you can hunt anything, anytime, anywhere, honestly. Like, classes 3 to 8, that's a pretty large selection of animals. It is a huge selection of animals. And you got all day and all night to do it because you got every callable species. You got day and night scopes. You got class 3 to 8. And then you got the bow, which can shoot class 1 to 9. And you got the rangefinder sight on the high-tech pack. But you got a 2-pound bow instead of a 4-pound bow if you get the ambusher pack with the takedown recurve. So honestly, it's just freaking, it's just gravy. I love, if there was any one DLC to get, I wouldn't be able to tell you to get one. I'd still tell everybody to get 2. Get the ambusher with the high tech together. Honestly, they're fantastic. But I didn't realize how handy it was to have the Anderson 22 LR from the weapon pack number 3. I hadn't looked at any of the weapon pack 1, 2, or 3, so I really hadn't. And honestly, it's just a 1-pound gun that can shoot rabbits and birds for me has been the most handy thing to carry around. The Zarza is still preferable to me when you have the room, obviously, because you got the same freaking class of animal, just up to 150, 200 out, you know. I mean, but I've been really enjoying when I don't have the space for the Zarza to carry that Anderson. I got to look at more DLCs. I'm figuring that out. Them DLCs. I think it's hilarious when someone says, is the DLCs worth it? I'm like, are you kidding me? I have not spent a better $4. I mean, I have yet to find a DLC that I do not like. I've yet to find a single DLC that I don't use something from regularly. I've yet to find any DLC that I use everything from regularly, but, you know, I've yet to find one that don't have something I like. Such good. Yeah. Oh, I know. Right. I know. It's like when people ask about the DLCs, I'm like, listen, especially if I met you on Xbox, right? I'm an Xbox player. If I met you on Xbox and you're asking me if the DLCs are worth it, brother, you get free Xbox money just for claiming your points. I am like a week or 2 away from claiming a $25 Xbox gift card myself. Now they nerfed. Yeah, oh yeah, it's good stuff. It's worth owning all of it, honestly. They nerfed on Xbox. I love how this new CEO steps in and says she's going to make it where we go from 1 million players a day to 1 billion players a day, and then does nothing but bad stuff for the company. Like, nothing but bad stuff for the company at all, like, from what I've heard, right? Well, they also nerfed your reward points. So, like, it used to be that the reward points felt like you were earning stuff at a rate that you cared about, you know? Like, I mean, if you checked in every single day on your PC, your Xbox, and your phone, you played a Game Pass game for at least 15 minutes a day and got your streak going, you could earn about $10 about a month to 2 months. It'd be 1 to 2 months time, and you can earn yourself a gift card. Well, they nerfed how many points you get back. And I'm like, so your goal for increasing your player count is to jump in and say, we're going to give less to the players. We're immediately going to cut back how much you get rewarded, which is the most direct show of appreciation you can do. The most direct show of appreciation you can do is be like, here's your rewards for being a member. Not just what you get for paying for it. What do you reward them with? Oh, yeah. Well, it used to. Well, if you have Game Pass or Premium or Game Pass Ultimate, all those things give you rewards on a daily and weekly basis just for having them. So you get 10 points or whatever for logging in. If you play a game for 15 minutes, you get another, however many points. And if you meet so many days in a row, you get like a streak that builds up how many points. So some days you might get 10 points, 20 points for the whole day. Some days I got like 400 something points for the whole day. And if you get 2,500 points, you get a $25 gift card. If you get 10,000 points, you get a $10 gift card, and so on and so forth. And it used to be that the more you saved up, the more proportionate it was. So instead of instead of 100 points or 10 points for every penny you want to spend, if you saved up 10,000 points or 9,000 points, you get a $10 gift card, right? So it'd be a little bit less. You wouldn't have to get 10,000 for $10. You get 9,000 for $10. And if you saved up like 20,000, you get 25, so something like that. It used to be that the more you saved up, the bigger discount it kind of turned into, right? But it also used to be that the rate you earned it was higher. Well, instead, they jacked up how many points are required for a gift card and then lowered how many points you earn on a daily and weekly basis. And they've done that, I guess, probably more than once, but they've done that over the years, and they did it somewhat recently, It's like, y'all are really starting to tick me off with the whole, hey, we love our players, but we're just going to keep robbing you more and more. It's like they up the price. Oh, yeah. Well, they do all that after upping the price of Game Pass, too. Like they up the price of Game Pass, decrease up the amount of points required for a reward, and then decrease the amount you earn. So it costs more points, you earn less points, and you pay more to even get the points in the first place because the pass itself costs more. It's like, y'all are out of your freaking minds. You're going to take us from 1 million a day to 1 billion a day by doing nothing but triple slamming us with, taking money out of our pocket for what? Like, they've raised the cost of the console by so much. They've raised the cost of the console by so effing much, so many. Y'all remember back when 360 came out, and if you wanted to be able to afford it, you just wait a year and you get $100 off? Compare how much the Xbox Series X costs now to how much it was when it came out. The price has gone up instead of down. Not a little bit either. It's going up. It's going up. And it's just wild to me because if you look at the profit of a gaming industry, it is, oh my God. You talk about one of the most wealthy industries in the world. In the world. So it is a little bit wild to me. It is a little bit wild to me that they act like they have to, for the sake of the company, continue to have like huge cut like layoffs and they do that annually. Xbox does that annually. Like this year's layoffs were like 3,200 people now and like 3,200 later, something like that. Or maybe it's 3,200 total. I don't know, like 1,600 and 1,600, which was actually less than last year's layoffs. But that's families, for crying out loud, that you're impacting. Do you know how much better a company does? Do you know how much better a company does when you stop mathematically figuring out how can you squeeze more money out of it? And if you actually retain loyalty and fidelity to the company? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So we're not going to shoot her, clearly. We're going to try and find that girl that looked like the girlfriend to that other dude that we saw earlier. And hopefully they show up sometime. Like, she might die. That might be one of the contenders for dying. But it's funny how, like, when you meet people who are so smart, they're dumb. You meet people so smart, they're dumb because, like, certain people, they're so smart they can explain to you how laying off people annually and upping the price of things and lowering the rewards of things and firing so many people and developers and studios and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be good for the company. It's like, yeah, I mean, on paper, they can make it look like that makes sense. But then you see companies that actually treat their employees with some level of like appreciation and the work ethic they get. Oh, man. The work ethic they get, the employee retention they get, all that jazz. Ooh, man, it's just so worth it. And they act like that's not valuable enough for like some Fortune 500 gigantic corporation like Microsoft or whatever. But then, look at gaming itself. Look at how Battlefield 6, look what it did to Call of Duty. I mean, just look how much better it did. Maybe not what it did to Call of Duty, but look how much better it was in Call of Duty. Well, the same guy who developed all the successful Call of Duties throughout the years was also the same guy who developed Battlefield 6. So it's not just about who you can afford to pay. It's like, does that person do good work? Not can you fire them, pay them severance, and hire somebody else for such a lower rate that you somehow profit from it. It is about retention. And they can on paper make it look mathematically like it's impossible, that it's more profitable to retain people. But then on a smaller, more, relational level, you can see that, good work ethic and appreciation and fidelity, those things go a long ways in the end result of things. And rich people get so smart, they're dumb. They just get so smart, they're dumb. I can't tell you how many strip malls and regular malls I've seen go out of business because they would price their rent so high, everybody leaves. Well, those mall owners are now making less money than they would have if they would have just lowered the rent or kept the rent the same and took the cut. They're all making less money now, including the people I freaking live under. The people I live under are a prime example. These used to be luxury apartments back in the day. They're now the worst apartments in town. The worst, not one of the worst. They are the worst. They cost less than the income-based apartments that we can find in town. That's how bad they are. And so these people are making less money than what they would have if they would have just paid the expense of running the business and then ran the goddamn business. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. because now they're in over their head. They're talking about even selling the place. And it's like, yeah, the rent they charge is so low because their apartments are so crappy, you know? It's like, you know how much better you'd be doing if you just, ate the bullet once in a while when it came to actually paying for something, and then you could actually have some integrity in your business. I'll tell you what. But I say all that like I know what I'm talking about. I guarantee if I got to crunching numbers and look at it, it would look the same to me as it looks to all them smart people doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. They all probably thought exactly what I'm thinking, and then it becomes so easy to say that from the outside, and then as soon as you get to running it, and next thing you know, you got to take food off your table, to pay for something, then it probably gets real easy to sit there and make cuts and try and save yourself $1. But and I don't know. I get to yapping, y'all. I get to yapping. Sometimes I feel like people are so smart they're dumb more often than they're actually smart. Because you can learn a lot from fundamentals. Fundamentals, let me tell you. Fundamentals. How many doctors y'all know screw people up that are so smart they just can't stop hurting people? It's like, because you can look at basic symptoms and basic, anatomy and things like that, and just very fundamental common sense, and they'll be like, well, no, and then they just won't treat something that's obvious, and then they'll sit there and somehow be so smart they're dumb that they'll cut out parts of the body as if those parts have no meaning, and then 10-20 years later discover, oh, we know what an appendix is for, or whatever it was. I think it's the appendix. We already know what your spleen was. There's the spleen, the appendix, the gallbladder, all that stuff that they love to cut out. Well, it's amazing how really advanced modern medicine is now starting to discover that a lot of the surgeries we've been doing for 10, 20, 30, 50, 60 years are surgeries we shouldn't have been doing. They discovered the entire industry of rhinology is like 80% crap. Now, that's like an exaggeration, but more like well-educated current doctors in rhinology will sit there and be like, yeah, we want to avoid cutting into your sinuses because we carve out the space that was all swollen and causing you headaches and stuff. And it looks better for about the 6 months that we follow up with you after. And then we found out, oh, never mind. People, a year, 2, 3 years down the line, they're back to where they were because all that mucus-producing tissue that you cut out was actually important. And the only thing that grew back in its place was dry scar tissue that keeps compounding and compounding. And that's why you never hear of anybody having a successful sinus surgery 99% of the time. Where is this guy's girlfriend that should be right stinking here? Where is she? Where is she? I swear. Okay. All right. She was right chaw. And there's a couple right there. I'm going to leave it alone. If they don't show up, I'm going to leave it alone. But, let's see here. We're going to pick up our Fox Pro and go somewhere else while we still have time to shoot something. I've been sitting here waiting this whole time because sometimes they take that dang long to get here. We got 2 level 1 dudes and a girl over here, so they're all going to get to live. They all get to stay there. 2 girls over here. We want them to stay. We got like 7 other girls on the other side of the pond, and they all get to stay. But we're looking for that. We're looking for that girl that belonged to this dude right here. There's a drinking zone right here that had a dude and a chick at it. And if she would ever show her face, that's the one we got to kill. We want her DED dead. We don't care about none of y'all. Let's go back over yonder. Yeah. You get to live. All right. Let's go back over. Yonder? Maybe yonder? I don't even know. Something like yonder. We even have enough time. Those 2 drinking zones in the center of that lake we're going to on the southeast end of the map, let me tell you. For whatever stinking reason, those 2 drink zones will never have deer at them. No matter how downwind we approach or whatever it is, for whatever reason. We're on the wrong side of the lake, though, because we got a west wind. Golly darn gee willikers. Let me tell you guys, it's going slow. It's going pretty slow until we get the one lake shot down a little bit more. Sorry, the exterior lakes shot down a little bit more. All right, let's see here. I'm going to drive it just a little bit more. So the spots I'm trying to find are like these spots right here. Well, I know for sure that they should have some deer on them right now because it's prime time for them to be there. Ain't no way they're still showing up, and ain't no way they left yet. We got a nice doe right next to us. Let's check that real quick just to be sure. Hello. You're a class 1, right? Yep. He's a small class 1 too. That's exactly what we're looking for, is a small class 1. We want the big class 1s shot down too, to be completely honest with you. If it doesn't say 19 to 24 on them, we want them dead. They dead. And drive up to about 300 meters and hop off. Hopefully we get here just in time. We got about 10, 15 real minutes, so I don't even know. Divide that by 4. You get like 3.5 minutes time until they're gone. Slowed down quite a bit, didn't it, guys? It sure did. We can just get eyes on them and confirm, do we have a level 2 here or not? Do we have a big level 1 here or not? Would be nice. But no matter how I approach it, which that right there was a decent enough approach to at least see one. No matter how I approach these spots right here that do in fact have roe deer drinking at them, no matter how, let me tell you, they don't show up. They don't show up before, after, nothing. I'm downwind. We approached from a good ways away. We jumped off with the ATV at 300 meters. There's absolutely no reason why there should not be visible roe deer here at these spots. For some reason, they're just not showing up. And it's the same spots every time. It's 1703. They absolutely have to be here right now. This is a perfect example of where they should be. It's weird. But I mean, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it as some sort of workable thing. I don't know why they keep not showing up right chaw. No matter how downwind we are. They just don't for some reason, but. And then this one over here, you know, if we get over here quick enough, we might see them leaving. But you can see the freaking water droplet right here, 85, 82, 80, and 78 meters from us. It shows the roe deer drinking zone, and by George, there ain't no deer. There ain't been no deer there the last like freaking like 15 times we checked it. It's been barren. Got nothing. We got about 8 minutes game time, so like 2 minutes, less now. So we got like 1 minute and 35 seconds to get to where we can at least see this next zone and confirm if we have a level 2 there or not. I don't know what to do about these guys not showing up. We approached from either direction today. We got in and out of a tripod stand 120 meters away from it. We done what we should have done for whatever reason. It's befuddling. There's her, which we're not worried about her, and I'm trying to find her boyfriend, wherever he is. That guy's got to go. That guy can stay. He's small level 1. That level 2 guy right there's got to go, though, as soon as I can get a shot on him. Right chaw. That guy's got to go. Yep, soft point on that. We're going to sight in for 300 right there. And as soon as I see 300, as soon as I see 350, anything, we're popping off at that level 2 dude up there. He's got to die. See, he's fine. How are you that attentive? What is he? 150. All right. We're excited for 150. Take him on out. Heartbeat's kind of going, but oh well. He didn't have no girl with him, so either we already killed her or he was a solo. Which is fine by me. We want that guy gone. We want that guy somewhere else. Nothing but girls right over there. Well, hey, I'll take it. That's another male road deer down. Ain't gonna complain one bit. Good gosh, it is so slow sometimes shooting them whenever you're doing all the exteriors though. So slow sometimes. Eventually it'll get there. It's kind of fun though. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of nice knowing what's gonna happen so often. Y'all get to stay right, chaw. Y'all get to stay right, chaw. You're fine. What about him? Trivial. He's a small level 1 too, so he gets to live as well. He's exactly what we're looking for. We're trying to shoot down this lake, and we got it just about shot down. I should have shot him with a Marauder and got 100 extra bucks out of him. 75.92. He ain't too shabby. He ain't great. He ain't too shabby though. 665. See right there? See, we broke 600. We broke 600 on a failed harvest check on that guy. I'm happy about it. All right, let's go. Let's go right chaw. We'll go to that tent and we'll reset the time and try again. All right, let's see. What am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. How's Hank doing? Is he upset with us? All right. 1,500 bucks. All right. All right, all right, all right. Do that right, chaw. I set that. I set the one up right here so I could have a 300 meter shot to this zone right here before I killed it with the dead zone. But, okay. Gonna be not the best angle. Is not going to be the best angle. That is for sure. On the wind. We'll actually probably go right chaw. We'll go south and west and approach them from the bank. If we can, I don't know. That bank has got a really poor visibility from the southeast side. If you're trying to look up north on the pond, on the lake, it's really got, because it cuts so far in that way, it's not got the best visibility. I'm gonna drive down this way quick, fast, and in a hurry, and then start hauling up northeast to them. And just about directly west, just a little bit to the left of true west, due west. I pinwheel pretty wide if I'm just not looking to worry about whether or not I'm interrupting them approaching. It's more their approach, not where they're at, that I'm concerned about sometimes, because it depends on how far it is into their drinking zone and how hilly of a terrain it is. I find that the really far out and very inconsistent the terrain is, the longer it takes them to get there. I see them showing up sometimes at like 16:30, something like that. Like really, really late. Hopefully we don't die. We'll find out. See you, four-wheeler. All right. Up here a ways is what we're looking at now. That should be visible, and there's nothing there, so it tells me I probably shouldn't have drove at all. But we'll figure it out. This one did have that solo female that I think we brain shot earlier. Yeah, I think that was the brain shot. Hopefully something shows up. We got about a maximum of 17 more minutes on the stream. I can end it. It's scheduled for 2 hours. We're pushing up to 3 sometimes, but I'm trying to get things underway. Nervous, yeah. I guess they really are running away from that far away, thanks to driving. They're definitely extra nervous around here specifically for some reason. But they were running away right there. That was pretty much them fleeing. I mean, that one was running away, and I mean they're all nervous right now from 300 meters out. And I'm not in their wind. We got a crosswind going, and I've been off the ATV for a little bit, you know. But I'm on the ATV. I was at least 400 meters away from them. So we came across this way. It tells me I probably got within. Yeah, I got a lot closer than I thought. That's what it is. They're not extra sensitive in this area. I'm just closer than I think I am. Okay, he's fine. All right, we're going to go somewhere else before we run out of time. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go to the river. I haven't gone to the river. What's going on? What's going on, Liam's good boy? How you doing? How's Liam's good boy doing today? We don't got a whole lot of time left, but we got some. All right, let's see here. We're going to definitely spook some here for sure, without a doubt. But hopefully we'll quickly be able to make up for that. Good thing about the river is a lot of visibility. A lot of visibility once you get to where you can see any of them. Got to make it a few hundred meters up, but we got quite a bit to work with. A little bit, then I need sleep. Have to be up at 6 a.m. God dang. That's pretty early. It ain't super crazy. Nothing's really early or late depending on when is early for you, right? But for being up this late, 6 a.m. is going to come pretty quick. So I see you up quite a bit, Naya. I see you up quite a bit. I think you stream pretty early. I think you stream pretty early. Honestly, that's got to be pretty good, too, at times, because I don't imagine there's a massive amount of streamers at like 7 in the morning. All right, he gets to live. He's actually a big level 1, and we don't really want him to live, but, you know, at the same time, I care more about him, and I'm not going to shoot too many of them at once. Well, he's calm, so actually I will shoot this guy first. I'm going to shoot this guy first with like a hollow point, like the cheapest bullet, soft point, the cheapest bullet I can get. And hopefully that'll make it where this other dude, don't spook immediately, but he is. He's going to spook immediately. I should have shot the other guy. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Yep. I knew he was going to die pretty quick, but I was really hoping if I used the 243, which is pretty small gun, fairly small, not super loud, that dude almost 200 meters out might just barely not spook. But all right, we got $700 for him though. He's a big level 1. We're looking to get all big. We're trying to do extreme herd management. Really should have gone for the level 2s first anyway. I personally think, because I want to get more level 3s and get more of my really good ones onto the one lake. But usually up at 7. Sleep has been invading me lately. Oh yeah. Guys, I had a dream. Guys, you want to hear about my dream the other night? Oh my God. You want to talk about a dream that should not have seemed real at all and felt so real. Let me tell you, it felt so unbelievably real. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah, that was. God dang, I'm just going to forget them all day long. Guys, we're really at 700 mils, 800, maybe 1,000, 2,000. Who knows? Because I'll never remember to mark them. Never. But anyway, got some Iberian wolf over this direction if the audio is in fact reflecting accurately. I had a dream the other night. It was so freaking real because recently, like I said, we went on that trip across the country to go get the experimental procedure for me, right? So planes are very well freshly on my mind because that's the first time in my adult life that I have flown on a plane. It was the second time ever that I've ever flown on a plane, but first time since I literally can remember. Yeah, it was interesting for sure. But I had a dream last night that we were flying on a plane at one point, and we had a lot of connecting flights, right? So it was like, just like it was in real life, it was like 4 flights for one trip, right? Had some layovers and whatnot. Well, anyway, one of them, see that, I got to spot him though. I got to spot him first though and see, God dang, yeah, he's got to go. She's got to go and he's got to go. But I want to get less pressure and I want to pass that harvest check. So I'm going to kill her first and then later on we'll come back and try to take them both out. If I use a polymer tip though on this Arzina, we might get both. That'll create a crap ton of pressure though, and I really don't want that, but let's see here. No, we're gonna use the cheat bullet. We're gonna use the cheat bullet. Next time we come up the river, we'll be able to actually do what we want with it. But if it's gonna put them down, just as good to use a 243 hollow point, then it's a completely free bullet. That's an extra $100 or so in my pocket every time. And over the course of 50, 100, 1,000, 5,000 animals, I'm going to be very happy that I did that. I don't love killing her instead of him right now, but there's absolutely no freaking way I'm going to get through to him and then remember to come kill her later. So I'm just going to kill her and I'll come back for him when I know that she needs to go or he needs to go. And that is a female, so we're not going to add that to the counter. By George. Ooh. Where is that dude? We're going to let him chill. We're going to move, but we're just barely going to move because I don't want him to go anywhere. He's likely got to die as well. But again, if he has a girlfriend, she's got to go first. Thank you, Naya, for reminding me on all the freaking male shots because I'm going to forget them all day, every day, evidently. If we're really, basically, I treat this right now as if I had to sit still, really. As if I genuinely had to sit still. I'm not trying to really make my way up there. I'm just trying to treat it like if I need to completely let that guy chill out. And I'm just going to grab whatever little distance I can in the process. There she is. But up this way, hopefully we can get a good look at him. Maybe he'll be calm by the time we get to him. Again, just kind of letting him really, really calm down because my hope is when I get back up there with as much time as we got, he can chill out completely. Hopefully I'll be able to see, is he close to a girl? Is he paired up? And then the next time I come up here and run the river, I could just take out all the dudes that need to go because they won't have their girlfriends with them. Let's go. Let's go. We're getting some more kills. Getting some more kills. No male kills, but hey, that's part of the process. I'm hoping if I do enough herd management, if I can get it to be where it's like extreme herd management, I'm hoping to get the Map multi-mount of the 3 brothers with great ones. We got a right lung on her from 92 out, and that's just about perfectly where you want it. Honestly, I don't think you get much more of a perfect shot on a freaking 243 from 92 out. 674 bucks and 150 on the session score. Really low session scores. I'm starting to get a good eye for all the details because I'm trying to make a habit of paying attention to the details as I go. Okay, so there she is, but I think he was maybe a solo a little closer, or he might, either way, he's closer. He might be paired up or not, but all right. On PC, I know that there's a a mod you can download. Now, I'm not on PC and I don't mod anything anyway. I'm not sure you're supposed to do that or if you're not, but oh God. Yeah, he's not too happy. Oh no, he's perfectly fine. Look at that. Oh, there's a couple of them. If I had to guess, I'd say they're both level 2s, but she's got to go either way. She's definitely got to go. If I could just see him, he's definitely a level 2. He is a small level 2. And god dang, could I get a view of this other guy, please? Can I please get some sort of view of this other guy? God dang. I can see his head right above her, but I just can't get it to spot him at all. I think they're clearly both at least. Oh, here we go. Maybe this will work. There we go. Yeah, they're both level 2s. They're both the same weight and everything. So that one is rated 58 to 70. He's the same weight. We'll see if we can get. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. God dang. They're so right by her. God dang. I think he was the slightly higher rated one. 66 to 78. So either way, we're going to try and take the girl out first. We're probably not going to take more than one because we don't got no tripods out at all. So we're going to take a quick shot at her. Side in for 75. Same thing. Just try to make some money. That should be definitely lung and liver. I think it's both. By how fast she's dying. You can't add no males to the scoreboard today, evidently, at least for the end of the stream, but it's all right. The next time we come up here, we'll have a handful of them to take out. She should be dead right here about where she died, not too far off. Yep, there she is. That's a free bullet, so another 662 completely in our pocket. We got our right lung. I thought we would have got liver on that by George, but we just didn't get the penetration at all. Surprise, surprise, it's a 243. All right, so this one, we're going to leave her because she is not paired up with a dude as far as we can see. He could have busted, but we saw her earlier, and she looked like she was alone then, too, so. Yeah, I know, Hank, but we ain't going to shoot her. We ain't going to shoot her. Oh, you get to live. You get to live. You're fine. And that's the last spot we have spotted on the left side of the bank, but we can keep just going up and checking out the right side of the bank. See what we get. One of these days, we're going to have this whole map herd managed like you've never seen. And just be going at it with diamonds. I'm going to have a whole roe deer freaking lodge. I wish, guys, let me know how many of you guys think or wish that they would come out with a lodge 15 times larger than any lodge that they currently have. Because I tell you what, I am not that sweaty at this game. I'm not that well versed at this game compared to anybody else streaming it. Anybody. And I can already tell you my lodge is not got enough room in it. And I got the biggest lodge. I got the Saseka Lodge, the Safari Lodge, and I don't think it's got anywhere near enough trophy mounts. Not even in the ballpark. Honestly, because I don't think there's anybody here spending the amount of time a streamer spends on the game that ain't got more than 100 trophies, 115, 150, whatever it is. I mean, I think a lot of them people have like lodge after lodge filled up. If I'm going to take somebody to go see my trophies, I don't want to invite them to 3 different lodges. I want to invite them to one and have a massive party showing them the gargantuan amount of trophies at this lodge. That's what I want. That's what I'd be looking for. You can get mad if you want. I'm not shooting you either. That one's got to die, but that might be his girlfriend right there. Could be. You know what we're going to do? We are going to take the Zarza to her. We are going to take the Zarza to her. Got a drinking zone out of that. I'll take it. I ain't going to complain about that at all. We're going to take a Zarza to her while he's calm, shoot her, and she'll live. And if he walks off, then fine. But that means that they're a couple. But if he don't flee, they ain't a couple. We're going to side in for about 150 from just about right chaw. I have to redo my 4 lodges called one of the Nyaku animals. There you go. Hey, another zone right here, too. We got more zones going up right here. Wow. So this right here, the whole time I checked up north, there was a tent right here, guys. And I didn't always travel to it either. I'd travel up here and come check up here, and there still wouldn't be none up here. And this entire section of the river is where we've been missing all of our drink zones this whole stinking time. This whole stinking time. That's where they've been. All right. So here's the thing. We're going to shoot her and with the Zarza at 150. And if he runs off, then by George, then we know. Lay down. Hopefully he don't. She's fleeing. And if either way, if he stays, he's going to die. And it's going to make it kind of confusing, though, because, oh, yeah. I can imagine. So he's traveling. That is, in fact, his girlfriend. So we're going to go ahead and take him out at 150 as well before he leaves. And, you know, that should be, well, I don't know. Because if he stays and drinks, though. Nope, that's his girlfriend. So we're going to have to take him out on the go. Here we go. That definitely should have been a vital. I feel like it should have been a vital. Oh, come on now. That wasn't near enough of a lead at that distance. God dang it. He's going to live. He's going to live. Let me tell you. So, we do know when we get back, they both got to die. Right here. Ooh. Did he die or did she die? Let's find out. We can have Hank search her blood and find out. But when he went back to calm, he didn't then come back and drink. All animals, when you spook them, and they go nervous, alert, whatever it is, it'll say traveling until they go back to calm. And when they go back to calm, they'll stop right there in that need zone. And they'll go back to doing what they're doing, feeding, drinking, or whatever. But if they're a couple and you 22 her, he will leave, and you'll be able to tell if they're a couple or not. All right, so let's go southwest. We'll take Hank with us, of course, and find ourselves what we can find. And after that, y'all, it's going to be about time for me to wrap it up. My body's screaming at me. We've hit my limit for sure. But, hey, we got some stuff done, and that might be number 48. If we find his body, that might be number 48. We'll know to come back and take her out. But I'm definitely going to have to get like a little laminated map. That's for sure. If I get one whole paper and print it off like this, I don't know if that's really going to make it where I can see as well as I want to be able to mark on it, right? But I could just get my tablet. Save a photo of the map on there, and then I could mark and erase it all I want because it's on my tablet or on my phone. We could do it that way. So that's exactly what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to get a screenshot of Cuatro Colinas, the biggest screenshot I can. I might even just use this one right here, to be completely honest with you, and use that as my marker to tell me. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to screenshot this as I speak. Well, I can't with this controller because this controller is an Elite 2 and it won't freaking do it. But I'm going to screenshot this, and I'm going to use this right here as my actual freaking map. All right, cool. That is what you call a good idea. Thank you all for giving me that ear. I know you did. Okay, we're just about here where we shot him. I can see their blood right next to me, so we'll just get Hank on it. If we find a dude, good. We're going to up his number and call it good. I don't know that... Yeah, that's probably his trail. I think that's his trail. Yep. Hopefully he died. His girlfriend for sure lived, actually, because we shot over the 22. I don't know what I'm thinking, guys. I don't know what I'm thinking. So that's absolutely 48 right there. Not that we're focusing on the males at the moment, but for this pastor, we're focusing on their girlfriends coming back and getting them later. But hey, that's number 48. At least we upped the number by one more before we called it good. We're still in the herd management process, so slow as it goes. But hey, that's all right. That is A-okay. I ain't going to complain. All right, y'all. He was decent. Nothing really all that great. He'll pay us $518, and we'll probably die to some wolves here before too long. But all right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up. Guys, stick around for the outro, if you will, because after the outro is when we do our raids. I'm going to be back on tomorrow, guys, Wednesday and Thursdays. Guys, Wednesday and Thursdays are the only 2 days I stream twice for sure scheduled. Tomorrow's Thumbstick Thursday. Play whatever the crap we want. First stream is at 10 Pacific, 11 Mountain, 12 Central, and 1 Eastern. And the second stream is the same as every other evening stream throughout the weekdays, which is 5 Pacific, 6 if you're in Mountain Time, 7 if you're in Central, and 8 if you're in Eastern. So thank you guys so much. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me, and we'll catch you on tomorrow. Stick around for a raid. We're going to find a channel. Y'all take care. You too, Naya. You too. All right. Y'all take care.